The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
I love it when a plan comes together.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Calling Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title. The Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1-year anniversary of WYW Immortal, an Indy Force podcast special. We got the game here, and we got some extras here today on this podcast. Introducing first is a man that has helped us out by reviewing the show, that has pretty much voice acted for the show as his own character. He has done it all. His name is Owen Finch, the Birdman. Say hello, Owen.
What's going on, everybody? This is actually history in the making because this is my first official video with the new laptop. The other laptop finally shit the bed, so this is the new laptop now.
Oh shit!
Well, hey, good time to
Lucky
good time
you.
to test it.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, good time to test it. So.
Yeah, bro. I'm dead ass. When quarantine ends, I'm going to your fucking house and I'm downloading Cyberlink so you could use it.
I already got it. So.
You already have it?
I bought it with the laptop, yeah.
And then James just goes, here's the clips to your show, dumbass, I'm gone.
I don't think James... I think
run away.
James is done. I feel like once I can edit the show, James is just going to leave my show. He's never going to come back.
No, I'll come on every now and again, but it's probably only for AEW, and as you already know. But that's beside the point. Obviously, we got other guests as well. He is the man of Weymouth Youth Wrestling. He voice acts some of the best characters in the show's history. That includes Chris Foster, Azam, and himself, Sean Maverick. It is Sean Maverick. Say hello, Sean.
What's up?
There you go.
Does Jesus want a hug?
God damn it.
No, stop that.
Did you say you don't want to hug?
He doesn't want to hug.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure you don't want to hug from Big Daddy? That's not what I do want.
God damn. God damn.
What have I started?
I thought you said you didn't want to be on camera, no? You don't have to be on camera, you know.
Well, I wanted to do my makeup on cam. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Do your makeup on
Why are
cam.
you talking to me if I'm not done introducing people? Like,
Okay, fair enough. Have fun with your makeup. Well, speaking of which, on top of that, the person who actually sang the national anthem to open up Immortal, Colleen Horizon's on. So, Colleen, you're going to have to unmute your mic to say hi. Put you on the spot here.
Oh, okay.
Say hello.
Hello. This isn't how I wanted to be introduced, but hello.
Hello. Well, there you go. Have fun with your makeup. And
Before, but
repeat that.
okay. We're fine.
You sure? Positive.
I'm positive.
Yeah, you don't have to be on camera. I told you don't have to be on camera.
Used to get fucked up. I've been waiting for it, and it's right. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Fine.
Just, whatever you do, make sure it's on your face and not anywhere else, because I don't know what Skype's gonna do. That being said, we got Matt, or I don't even know if I should use your government name. Does it even matter? Does it even matter with you?
You shouldn't dox him like that, bro.
Dox him.
I'll just censor it. It's fine. It's his actual name is dun 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 dun. No, I'm kidding. Matt Nova or Matt Anarchy. Say hello, Matt.
Hello, everyone.
How was that? Hello, everyone.
That sounds like he's introducing the cog is dead to an audience.
You're not wrong.
Wait, did you say the cog is dead or the cock is dead?
The cog.
Okay, just want to make sure. Don't need kids getting onto the video and going, well, why they're talking about dicks? They can't get to like a single segment of a podcast without talking about dicks.
Well, they're talking about dicks, Daddy.
Daddy, why are they talking about penis?
Oh my god. Fucking fuck off with that shit. God damn it.
What are people talking about?
Fuck you, Danny.
Penis.
What? Yeah, this is gonna be a disaster, and I'm okay with it. Anyway, next up, we have Mr. Lane, or AKA Hammers Productions, the voice of Corey Dangerous. Say hello, Lane.
I only have one thing to say, really.
Oh God. Oh God.
What's the thing? Oh God.
Fuck
Dr. Death! And I was like, oh no! Now, last but certainly not least, he is the leader of one of the premier factions in Weymouth Youth Wrestling. He is Black Shadow, aka Nick. Say hello, Nick.
Nick's muted.
Why are you muted, Nick? God damn it.
I don't know why Nick's muted, but...
Hello?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh my gosh. You guys want... This is a disaster.
I tap out.
Alright, speak again.
Hello.
There we go. Much better. Alright. So yeah, just keep it there and you should be fine, as long as you can hear us.
Do you remember being like a little kid, and then you would have that like one squeaker on Xbox Live that would be super loud and put his microphone in his mouth to talk? That's exactly what that sounded like.
Hey, guys, we forgot to introduce one more person.
Oh, yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the winner of the Full Metal Mayhem match at Immortal, your inaugural Athena champion.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Vera McGarden. Say hello.
Oh, yeah, you are here, technically. Say hello. Join in the conversation. It's a WYW party, man.
Oh, is somebody right next to me getting some cold feet? Is somebody flipping me off as well because she doesn't want to say anything on camera? Yet loves interrupting podcasts?
Wait, hold on. She doesn't want to say anything on camera, yet she voice acts her character and is shown in real life. My point.
Yeah.
Mike, did you start?
Why don't you bring that
I
this
don't
way?
show my face without makeup, but I'm doing it for this. Come on.
Yeah,
guys,
see?
you
And
got
I'll turn the camera. I'll turn the camera off. I'll turn the camera off. I'm doing it right now. Ready? There. Now you can say something. Okay. So what we know now is Lillian's a coward.
Putting her on the spot right there. Oh, there we go.
Fingers, that counts.
Okay, so
that counts as you on camera.
So now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, finally, that took already 9 minutes, but luckily it's only one topic. Dude, I'm so glad I'm not in the Pro Wrestling Roundtable days, because like back then we used to do like 5 or 6. Mike was there for those disasters.
Like 5 and 6 guests or 5 and 6 hours?
5 or 6 topics.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
James, I would not
be here. Or sometimes the wrestling rundown or / aftershock corner / Massasoit Wrestling, especially the Massasoit Wrestling corner days. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we went like fucking way too long.
And
we still go way too long.
Yo, what I was gonna say, what the fuck has changed?
The difference is I went from 5 hours to 8 hours, and then back to 5 hours. Now we're down to 3 on the Indy Force. That's the difference.
And now if it's 5 hours, it's just because it's edited to be that way, not because it actually is 5 hours. So.
Pretty much, yeah, you're not
Hey,
wrong.
at least it's not a 16-hour 2-part video explaining about one video. You know where you are, Owen.
It was so long, YouTube wouldn't even let me upload it all at once.
Because it was 16 hours!
Fucking footage that nobody wanted to watch!
Who talks for a straight 16 hours? I don't even have time.
That's Owen. That's Owen. You're looking at the man right now, Colin.
You're looking at the man who will make a 16-hour compilation about himself. He is definitely the type of person to go, I have a pen. I have a pineapple.
Pen.
Let me tell you how this works.
Instead of just going straight to Apple Pen.
Instead of just going to Apple Pen, it's exactly just.
All right, so you get the.
All right, so
Apple
here's what
Pen,
happens.
and
Okay.
What you have to do is you got to get the pen, and I'm gonna break the science down for you. You see.
You stab it at a 45-degree angle,
We're gonna
like
make
you're
sure the
killing
apple gets all
somebody.
the juices in the pen, and then we're gonna just write shit.
Let's continue with the video.
Owen's just like, please don't turn this into a roast Owen Finch podcast.
This video, I
we're doing
feel like this is gonna be the only time we ever do this. This video is a disaster. Like,
well, it's actually it actually went a lot less rough than I expected it to be. I was expecting we were gonna cut each other off like every single minute, which hasn't happened.
That will probably happen.
That's gonna happen in about 5 minutes.
Hey, we'll
Don't
see.
jinx it, James.
Well,
We just begun.
At the end of the day, we're gonna just kind of talk about the making of Immortal to a degree. Not really a review, because we already did that. If you want to see the review and you have 5 fucking hours to spare, I'll link it in the description. But
Aren't you guys gonna introduce yourselves? You didn't introduce yourselves.
we have
we have an intro.
We have an intro, dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had an intro.
The best
Whole ass
intro
intro to
in
our
YouTube.
show.
Don't at me.
Hey, Jim.
The best intro on YouTube. But anyway, I digress.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're Maximilian Dew with that hype-ass intro that he has. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
our intro is pretty hype, though.
Yeah,
Ours is
our intro is pretty hype.
Casey, you're about to fall asleep?
No, I'm trying to do 5 things at once.
Don't do 5 things at once.
What you're saying is...
You're supposed to do 2. Anyway.
Well, actually, you have to physically do 5 things at once when you're on a podcast. You have to look, talk, touch, smell, read, eat, shit.
Repeat.
Maybe not shit.
I don't know. I don't know that the Immortal review we did with you, and some of us had to shit midway through that. So
I mean, this is very true.
Yeah, you know.
So James, I'm so glad that our plan worked. That we finally got Owen on a podcast, so that way we can do things with him.
Okay.
Just Photoshop just photoshops Goldo's fucking head over Owen's entire body.
Let's see. But
Why
hey,
Goldo?
good one, Sean. Nice.
Short and shitty.
Okay, so obviously, let's get on with the actual, just topics. Obviously, so I wanted to open this up with a piece of writing in a sense, because we actually wrote something really, really awesome. And it really actually got our name over. It actually got our name over with the UMass higher ups, because I actually wanted to do an assignment, and ironically, it's like think of a business or industry or thing that you run, and that this happened to be a thing. So
This is a thing.
yes, this is very much a thing, Colleen.
Shockingly enough, this is a thing.
This is very much.
The stuff and things.
The thing with the stuff and the thing from the thing.
This was actually worked on. This was worked on primarily by me, but I had Mike Nikos, Mike Marr, and Casey kind of give me other viewpoints of what this show has really done since its inception, and that's kind of really what I needed when I wrote this. And Casey, Nika, I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. We did it.
Yeah, because I helped you write the majority of the thing.
You auto corrected it on some of the stuff that the autocorrect app that I have didn't.
I auto corrected, and I told you what places you need to include.
Yes, because I wanted it to be I wanted it to include everything, if that makes sense.
No,
so
let's be real. You needed an English major, and you found one to help you.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yes, that's very accurate.
That guy, not an English minor, he would get arrested.
Oh, fuck off!
True.
It's not that kind of minor.
Yeah, you heard me. We're going to Germany. We're gonna go fuck some minors.
Oh god.
What? I mean, I did nothing. What?
Fuck's sake. I feel like Colleen's makeup's just gonna get fucking destroyed.
Each time that she laughs, I grow stronger.
Why is Mike on camera, by the way, for this, but not my show?
Because I don't like your show.
You didn't have a camera.
Because fuck you.
And that's probably mildly.
No, it's fine.
Listen, I'm on camera. I'm on camera for this because I can be. I'm not on camera for your show because I'm at my shitty house.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Without a laptop.
Without a laptop. Well, big computer monitor that you can see my hands are forming into a box. Or kind of. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's hear this piece of writing.
Yeah, well, he starts that. I'm going to go get a drink.
We went nuts with this. So it was an individual idea, project idea proposal. So, this was really, really awesome. I'm trying to download it though, and of course, fucking Blackboard's being an absolute shit.
And what are you gonna do?
Blackboard, shit.
So you don't have it prepared ahead of time. You always give me crap for not having things prepared ahead of time, and now you don't have things prepared ahead of time.
Yeah, but Owen, you have a problem of constantly doing that on every podcast.
Yes, I usually am good with this. It's just
so you have to admit it is fair that he has the one time that he doesn't do it over the 15 billion fucking times I've gone on the podcast going. All right, so just give me a second, guys. I gotta go check my phone.
Product placement for one of our sponsors.
At least I'm not dropping my phone.
We got video proof that you have, though.
Yes, you have done it many times. But all right, yeah, this is difficult. I cannot find it for some damn reason. I know I have it in here.
You know, James, you could just look it up on your phone.
That's very true, but I just don't know where it would be.
Edit it into the video later.
Well, I wanted to read it for everybody. That was the only problem, and for some reason I don't remember.
Another 5-hour podcast coming to you from the Indy course.
Hey, it's fine. At least.
According to the Wrestling Rundown, it's 8 hours.
I think it was this class. It must have been, because I thought it was in the other class, and apparently I was completely dead wrong.
2 hours later.
Okay, yeah, this is the one. This is the one. Yep, I found it.
Alright.
So, attempt 2. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Now I just need to... Why am I not seeing it, though? I hate Blackboard. Can I say that? Can I have a rant?
Sure.
Hey,
Give me the
I'm
first
with you
time.
there, because Blackboard is terrible.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that has fucking problems when trying to download a goddamn assignment that I know I saved that should show up here.
Hold up, it's not saved in your files?
No, it's not popping up in my files. It's saved there, but now it won't pop up because this shit. Colleen would understand. You know how Canvas is shit. You know how Canvas is shit, Colleen? Imagine that, but with Blackboard, it's like 10 times worse.
This is material that is made out of paper, James.
Still.
No, Canvas is a program for college.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait, I never use Canvas.
Yeah, it's weird. Alright, fuck's sake. Maybe this will work now that I got this to work properly. I did find the right assignment. It's a fucking gooskin over.
One eternity later.
Hour number 8. Give it up for hour number 8.
Fuck me. I cannot get this to open. It's pissing me off. There it is.
Well, one good thing.
I got it. I got it. Sorry, it took me fucking ages. Fuck you, Blackboard. How about that? All right, now that I got it up, I don't even know. I'm probably just gonna cut it here. So this is called the strategic brief. So it was a strategic brief assignment on what the show accomplished, and I'm gonna read it to you guys, and you guys can let me know if this is kind of everything that it accomplished. So, starting from the first paragraph, it says, the brand I choose to talk about for this strategic briefing is my Create a Wrestler or CIW League, Weymouth Youth Wrestling, WYW. It is based out of Weymouth, Massachusetts, and is creating using a video game called WWE 2K14, which is a professional wrestling video game. This brand has been around since December 20th, 2013. Since its inception, WYW has created over 97 hours and 18 minutes of content, over 4 days worth of non-stop watching. We have gotten over 15.7K viewers. Without going over every single number over the past 6 years, we've had 88 followers on Twitter and 91 followers on Instagram, 129, now 151 last time I checked, subscribers on YouTube. This is just the amount of people with an active channel that have subscribed to us, but don't let that fool you. We have actually maintained an average audience of 300 after the first 2 months of a show being uploaded on YouTube. The biggest challenge we found a solution for was only using one outside social media site to promote, dismissing other viable options. I, as a non-official CEO of sorts, was negligent in exploring other social media platforms. Scheduling was also a problem when trying to complete a show because people had jobs, school, family obligations. Which is very true, and this is prior to, Facebook doing its whole, hey, we can let you call people now. So, thank God for Facebook and Skype for that at least.
Well, sometimes Facebook can be crappy too with the audio and stuff like that and stuff too. So
that's honestly true. That's honestly true of any social media platform.
Yeah. But hey, at least we got the new Care React.
Yes. Indeed. So, anyway.
Don't worry, James. I'm not going to say what you think I was going to say there. Don't worry about it.
No. It's So, this was before Facebook invented a free calling feature, but even then, I was not aware of Skype, which we had. I always thought we had to meet in person, and quite frankly, was a very inconsiderate leader in that aspect. This is like going back to like 2014, 15.
Yeah, and the fucking moon isn't gray.
Hey, if you're gonna talk about some other stuff, can you
I got a better idea. Okay, now that he's muted, And just like that, I outsmarted James.
Oh, I was about to say, I almost couldn't unmute my microphone, you fuck.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck, that would have been terrible.
I remember though, like in my case, since I had the YouTube channel, I was able to upload a video of the promo, and you.
Yeah, I just kind of used that, right? Which was how we were going to do it, but I figured now we found easier methods to do it. Now, continuing on, I have since corrected these hurdles by doing the following. The first thing I did was surround myself with a team of 4. My best friend Mike Marr, aka Michael X. Should I use government names? Does anybody give a shit?
Dude, I don't give a damn.
Okay.
I could give a fuck.
All right, cool. My best friend Mike Marr was with me since the beginning and agreed to go all in with this passion project. Casey Gallagher would join our team 4 years later, and Mike Nikos a year following that. Thanks to Casey, Nikos, and the rest of our voice actor roster, we have utilized the following tools: Google Docs, Skype, Facebook call, and sporadic in-person meetings to creatively write, or in wrestling terms, book, and record matches necessary for the show. In addition to this, we have promoted the brand to Reddit, Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, Discord, and Twitter.
Dude, Reddit is so fucking toxic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Our 2 most viable third-party options were Instagram and Amino. Hi, Matt. The last 2 social media platforms have increased our viewership by 36.4% when checking our YouTube analytics. This was a huge opportunity for us when we used Instagram and Amino. We also used the opportunity to use Vistaprint and buy business cards. While we make no money off of this, we want to recognize that we are doing something that has never been done before. We also took another opportunity in the form of interviews. We have made great strides in utilizing outside interviewers who were interested in our show on different YouTube channels and other social media accounts to further promote our product.
Shout out to Noah Foster.
Shout out to Noah Foster and Triple Threat Promotions. In fact, I'll put a link in the description for all CAW news if you guys are into that sort of thing. We're actually on a forum now because they came and asked us. Just figured I'd point that out there.
Round of applause.
Yes. We're on a blog, people. Off left. Thank you.
Stop clapping on the headache.
Oh, and speaking of which, it says it right after that. We have also been asked through our connections via Amino and Discord to be a part of a Create a Wrestler forum on WordPress called Triple Threat Promotions. This was a major opportunity for us because we're not only are we being recognized by our hard work, but we have officially been recognized as a proper CAW league. The creator of this forum even gave us our own section going forward. Our objective is not just to bring CAW wrestling back to prominence, but to bring wrestling as a whole to a level of likes to which it has never seen before. Professional wrestling used to be very popular in the 1980s and 1990s. It has waned in quality and popularity in recent years. Create a Wrestler shows used to be popular since the dawn of YouTube. Take, for instance, the former No DQ CAW show.
Which is apparently back, by the way.
Yes. Yes, well, it was back for a bit. I think they're done now. This series gained over 20,000 views, which was a huge success at the time. This website, the website NoDQ.com, has since become a place for real pro wrestling news and rumors. Since then, the CAW genre of entertainment has become even more niche than before. But with hard work, determination, and a lot of promotion, we plan on bringing the genre of CAW wrestling back. We plan to do this by having all of our character rosters voice acted, so that our audience can be more fully relate to the characters. I think that was a typo there, but whatever. She still gave us a good grade. With live action shots to provide authenticity to the characters. So basically what I said. Like, we should do voice acting because not a lot of CAW leagues are doing that. Our team,
And then Mike said, "Fuck that. Let's go one step further. Do live action shit."
yes, he did.
Yeah.
I think that's even in here when reading this. Our team playing the matches is only 4 people. This is just a fraction of how many voice actors we have to help with the show. Another objective of ours is to give our team a launching pad to explore their interest in their future careers. Our show provides opportunities to develop filmmaking skills, video/sound editing and shot composition, and communication skills, writing, speaking, critical thinking, as well as develop a portfolio in the arts, voice acting, singing, video creation/direction, and theatricality. This allows our team members to put us on an application as a demonstration of the skills they are trying to present. Which, by the way, that's a huge endorsement for me. If you guys want to use this show as part of your resume, I'm fully for it. I'll create a portfolio for you guys, and you can, send it their way if you're trying to get like a big time job with like a production company. You got my word on that. That being said,
sweet, 'cause I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Continuing, the target audience for Weymouth Youth Wrestling is fans of video games and of pro wrestling from the ages of 18 to 34. Although we rate our show TV 14, and our actual audience is 18 to 25 according to our analytics. Other audiences we have managed to get are anime/manga fans, comic book fans, and fans of other CAW wrestling brands. Our motivation is to entertain our audience and show them something new every time we go to air. We want to make CAW wrestling a trending topic within the next 10 years. In a sense, we want to prove to anybody that you could do anything you set your mind to. Our fans have already been amazed that we have released 2 action-packed mega shows, or mega events, called WYW Gold Rush and WYW Immortal, on which we will probably discuss both in great detail today on this podcast. The latter of the 4 seconds shy of reaching 8 hours in length. This was a huge feat that was never accomplished in wrestling before, other than WWE. Some of our audience even considered our Immortal show to be better than WrestleMania. We prove that we are by the fans for the fans. We want to justify our quantity of content with the quality of content long term. We want this juggernaut of a mega event to live forever, while also proving we can outdo ourselves when pleasing our audience. The way we intend to accomplish these feats is to release 2 shows in 2021 on our YouTube channel. Our main show, Loaded, and our house show. This equates between 3 to 3.5 hours of content every single week, before factoring in a weekly hour-plus recap/preview podcast. This will also not factor in video packages and other miscellaneous activities. This is definitely just a passion project. If it turns out to be something more, that's great, but we want to provide content that we are proud of more than anything else. The fact that we have over 1,600 views on our longest video ever is a feat in and of itself, and we are immensely proud. And that is the end of that, of what I wrote there. And this is what the professor said. The professor was vehemently impressed. Vehemently the right word? I don't fucking know. She was very, very, very impressed. And this is what she had to say. James, overall, you proposed a strategic storytelling brief of your creator wrestler, CAW League, Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Well, connecting the audience with their overall goal and application, you looked at the possibilities out there for using social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat for CAW. You are also aware of the benefits the brand provides and consider the additional implications and best practices for them. Strategic insight and understanding. This is like another section. She has like a bunch of sections here of like what we did good here. Objectives.
Overall, your paper sucked, and you need to rewrite it.
First of all, this had nothing to do with the communist agenda, so minus 5 points for that. And also, minus 10 points for the fact that you did not say extremely.
And also, is there any particular reason your first sentence has 3 exclamation points and your last sentence only has 1? That's another 10 points off for lack of consistency, for a total score of 0. F minus.
10 points off printing it out on 3-hole punch paper.
God damn. God damn it.
Also, we don't enjoy the fact that you decided to send this to us via Twitter. You can go fuck yourself and get out of college. Not
right
you
now.
Get nothing. You win nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Wow.
You, my good sir, have just been Willy Wonka.
And the amazing chocolatier? Willy Wonka.
I should have duct tape.
Amazing chocolate.
So I could duct tape them to my head like this and be really confused.
Okay. Now I'm gonna continue with reading this. Obviously, alignment to objectives and strategies. Objectives and strategies were connected, but there were some missing components that could be strengthened, which I like that she actually gave us because I want to know what those are. I actually have been in contact with her about that. Strategies and tactics were fitted within the overall paper and backed up with strong evidence and rationale given to the citations. However, it would be better if they were elaborated more in detail. I couldn't really, considering she wanted it in 2 pages, single-spaced, so that's kind of what limited me. However, it would be good in detail. These strategies with the 2 tactics for social media marketing. Basically, she wanted to know more about our social media practices. Content creation. I love your idea about the creative content for CAW. It would be better if you selected and inserted graphics with captions or created own story ideas / graphics and placed them into the appendix so as to explain your strategies and tactics for Twitter and Instagram as well as YouTube more specifically. Organization and assignment style. Your paper provided comprehensive understanding, insights, commentary, and focuses on bringing forth new questions, new ideas, and sparked conversation to the extent to extend the discussion in the community for CAW. Citations and resources. You provided a citation and hyperlink. Yeah. Just I did good citations. But overall, she gave us a 97 out of 100 on that assignment. And I say us because really it's mine, but I again, that assignment doesn't do nearly as good without everybody involved. So, does that sound about right to you guys? That's what this show, in a sense, did for all you guys. Matt, we'll start with you first.
So, the show has honestly done a lot for me, to be honest. Considering, had it not been for you guys or the show, I would not have gotten out of my shell and have talked to anyone. So,
understandable.
The show definitely does make a difference with people. It's definitely. Sorry, I'm blinking.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. If you want, you can gather your thoughts, and then I can move over to the next person.
Yeah, I'll tell you when I'm ready to talk more.
Sean, I'm interested in what you think, what the show has done for you, because I know typically you're a man of very few words, but I'm very curious on what the show has done for you, and I know you've talked about it in passing to Mike before, but what has the show done for you in a way? Goddamn fucking truck! Hold on.
That's a good sign. Goddamn fucking truck. Hold on.
It's like right outside, making the fucking loudest engine go off.
You know it's bad when James starts getting upset at UPS now.
Yes.
Fuck you and your loud vehicles! I'm gonna punch a box!
What can Brown do for you? It can make me look like an asshole in front of the only friends I have.
Well, the thing that I've enjoyed the most about WYW is that I've had the chance to like build some characters. It's given me the opportunity to look at this like mound of pixels that are just kind of sitting there and shape them into like a professional kind of shape.
Let's put it this way, Sean. You have taken a pile of pixels and turned it into a character that is so beloved by the fan base that, as Mike put it, even the guys from Disturbed love this character.
This is very accurate.
I know I'm not giving it the best descriptor. I'm just kind of lost.
No, I think that was great what you said. I think that pretty much sums up what I've been trying to do with this, is like kind of give you guys an outlet to express your creative freedoms. I like to hear from the people I don't hear about it often, because I know what Owen and Nick and guys think about it. But Lane, what do you think about this? Like, just what you heard, obviously, from that little assignment, and just in general, what has the show done for you from a personal standpoint and a professional standpoint?
It's helped with, I would say, two major things. One is listening and just getting ideas from you guys, because now I'm working with Logan Myers over at FOW now, and I'm working with him with his league that he's trying to build up, and we're doing a big promotional thing here shortly, kind of like what you guys did.
Although in fairness, it may have to be delayed, obviously, because of this whole COVID-19 shit. But,
yeah. But it's helped me with voice acting a little bit more, because I used to be okay with it, but I was kind of falling off a little bit. But when you gave me the chance to do it, I was like, sure, fuck it, let's go for it.
And you knocked it out of the park,
dude. You voice act one of the greatest heels in the show.
Which, let me just say this, not to spoil too much, you and I have a really big program coming on down the line, and I am really excited to work with you for it.
Same.
There you go. I'm looking forward to that. You don't even know that program is going to be fucking amazing.
It's so nuts.
All we're gonna say here is that get ready for about a year's worth of shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm actually.
With that being said,
all right, Matt, go. Matt, go.
Oh yeah, Matt, go.
I want to continue on what Sean said.
Yeah, go for it.
That making something, like taking a pixel and making it into this whole big thing,
yeah,
definitely is a good feeling. Like, it's what also sparked me to get back into my my writing and my drawing and stuff. So, WYW has definitely caused a lot of inspiration. It's also helped me do more than just stay inside.
Right.
Which, by the way, since you mentioned your writing and your drawing, how's your 80s synthwave novel coming along?
Oh yeah.
You're actually making that?
It's currently on hiatus, but I'm going to say I am 3 chapters in.
Good shit. Hey, 3 chapters in is better than nothing, man. You got to start.
Got that right. Got that right.
Working on the lore before I work on those chapters.
Right.
Like, I have a whole
that makes sense.
spreadsheet. I have a whole spreadsheet based on like what things are going to be named, what happened before, like the story, all this stuff. I want to make sure I get that all done before I start messing things up in the book and retconning things that I've, said or put in. Like, before, I want to organize it before I start writing more.
Yeah, then that's exactly what you have to do. And hey, look who just showed up.
Johnny is here.
The morning stars are whole once more.
The swimming buddies.
Yes. But what's up, man?
My ceiling.
Well, no shit.
You yourself.
Good. You actually got here just in time. It's actually been kind of wholesome for the last hour. I just read a really awesome assignment that actually had WYW involved in the assignment that I did for school. I'll read it to you off air, obviously, but right now we're just kind of talking about what WYW has kind of done for us creatively, personally, anything of that nature. Matt just kind of finished up his points. Sean also went, and Lane did as well. And we also had, I believe we're about to have Colleen obviously talk about it in a few, but what are your thoughts as far as what it did for you, both from a creative standpoint and a personal standpoint?
I mean, sorry, can you repeat the last thing you said? I was just connecting my AirPods.
Yeah, no, fair enough. What did it do for you personally and creatively?
I guess I'll start personally. It really got me like introduced to being on camera and like being in front of a microphone. Like I am very camera shy and anxious, and it kind of actually helped me step up to do music now. Not gonna lie. Like having that platform helped me definitely step up to have the confidence to go out and do something like that. Being out in public, showing people myself. Definitely opened the doors to show more of myself. And creatively, I mean, dude, the fucking meetings we've had hours at my fucking crib planning out this shit. And fucking
nuts.
The games, when I had to buy the game like 3 times for you guys just to make WYW.
You've saved our bacon on a more than one occasion for sure. That's for damn sure.
Really
for
quick,
real though.
Really quick, Johnny. Quick question. Can you Facebook me after the show? I got a question I'm gonna want to ask you.
If it's for my dick pics, I'll already send them. I don't need an answer for that. just wait. Just wait. 5 seconds.
The money will be in your account on Monday.
Jesus
right,
Christ!
You know my Cash App, bro. All right,
Star has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, Matt, don't make it any worse than it already is.
Matt won one too. Matt doesn't have to say yes or no to that one too. He's just gonna. You know what? I feel like Oprah right now. Everybody check your inboxes right now.
Oh, fuck no.
Picture.
Oh, God.
Okay, so basically, getting out of high school, where I was like in theater, like 24/7, I was in that fucking auditorium.
Right.
And no longer being able to like be a part of something was very upset to me, because all my life, all I've known was being a part of something that like was constantly going on. And joining WYW definitely helped with that sort of like depression of not having anything to do anymore. So that definitely helped that. Also, like again, like just getting out of my shell, really shy, really like depressed person before WYW. Didn't have many friends until WYW. And creatively, of course, as an artist, I've got to like do things that I've always wanted to do, like voice act for one. I got to sing in front of a lot of people. Well, not technically in front of a lot of people, but I got to sing in front of.
In kayfabe, you got to sing in kayfabe. You got to sing in front of over 57,000 people.
Yeah.
And very well received, might I add.
Ooh, I didn't know that part. I'm good. I'm glad. But I got to sing, which is something that like I've always been very like not too confident in my skills. So when you guys told me to do that, I was of course super nervous, because again my confidence has risen with WYW, but it's still pretty low.
Right.
And my upcoming opportunity, which I'm still very excited about, is being the makeup artist for you guys.
Yeah.
Which I'm super like, because like clearly you guys can see I'm doing my makeup for you guys right now. I'm obsessed with makeup.
Oh, that's why you did it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that's why you were doing it. That's actually pretty dope.
Thank you. It's not done yet, but
Well, I mean, it's looking good from here. So there you go. We know we I think it's you and Lillian that are going to be the makeup artist people, right?
I thought it was just me because Lilia doesn't do makeup.
No, Mike, doesn't Lillian do makeup?
Yeah, she does cosplay.
Yeah, so there you go. And Matt, if you want to help out, I'm not opposed to that either.
But yeah, no, that's very exciting to me because I've always wanted to do makeup. But I went to college instead of beauty school. But if I wasn't going to go to college, I was going to go to beauty school to be able to do makeup. So to be able to sort of live that dream is great for me. Just overall a positive here, you know.
Would it be safe to say, in a sense, that you kind of lived out all your dreams? Because WYW, in a sense, is kind of voice acting theater. You got to sing in front of a large group of people, quote unquote, and you also are kind of a makeup artist now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's more dreams that haven't been, like, accomplished yet, but will probably end up being accomplished with WYW. But so far, a lot of them have been accomplished with WYW. And hopefully
That's
more
really
in the
awesome.
future.
That's awesome to hear, you know. That's actually really cool to hear. Nick, we'll go to you next. Obviously, what did this mean for you creatively? And what did this show mean to you personally? I think I already know what it means to you personally, but obviously, what did it mean for you also creatively from a creative standpoint?
Honestly, honestly, about the same. It would kind of be the same as Sean. Just kind of getting to like voice a character and build out like my repertoire of voices.
You're preaching to the choir on that one, bro. With voices. But yeah, no, fair enough. What about personally though? Because obviously, I don't know if a lot of people know what you think about it personally. We do, because we know you and we know how you're pretty much like a super fan of the show. You're our first stan. That's what you are. You're our first stan.
And I'm the second.
Don't call him a stan, bro. That's insulting. He's your fan, and you're calling him a stan.
Hey, it's all banter. I'm obviously kidding.
J-Hebert hates his fans. Confirmed. Boycott it. Boycott James. He's the new Vince McMahon. He's gonna let go 20 superstars.
Well, if this podcast has proven anything, I'm nothing like that fucking cunt. Anyway, Nick,
you may not be like him, but that doesn't make you any less of a.
I mean, yeah, for very different reasons.
He released me 20 times, and now I'm getting released again. Fucked up situation.
Is this what you want for the future of WYW?
Birdman champ! If you made Birdman the champ, we would never have had this problem, bro! Birdman for champ!
Well, Owen, they want you as champ, bro.
I know, yeah. I told you, I'm just that over.
Let's have Nick.
I'm gonna pause that. Not in my wrestling.
God damn. All right, Nick. What's up, Nick? What's up, man? Let me have you finish. Obviously, your other stuff.
Yeah, but so personally, it played it like you said, I was a super fan just from like the very beginning. Just like it kind of gave me a lot of like, it gave me something to like look forward to and something to work towards in a lot of different ways. I'm not really the best about that, about explaining that, but it's kind of hard to explain.
It's all right, dude. We get it.
No, I totally feel you with that, Nick. I mean, absolutely. I think that seems to be the common theme, is that it kind of broke people out of their shell and kind of explore all their opportunities and not be afraid to chase their dreams. Owen, let's see if what you think is lining up with pretty much what everybody else is thinking.
Yeah, so starting like it was kind of cool, like, to be able to play my own character because I've never really done like promos. Actually, I've never, in a sense at all, I've done promos on anybody. And the first promo I did was for the WYW match with Kyle Weaver, and I remember getting a phone call from Brittany Mahomes through you saying that like she really liked the promo and how very well received. So it like showed that I was able to like actually do promo.
Wait, really? Brittany Mahomes just randomly called you out of the blue?
Don't you remember you calling me and you were like with her that day and she like?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I thought she called you. I was about to. Yeah, I forgot. She was with me that day. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then no, obviously I made a series out of it on my channel, with you and WYW. I think I started it by doing Raw and WYW because I think when you first started releasing Gold Rush, it was always the day Monday Night Raw came out. So
yeah, that was because we were trying to say, hey, what's better, Raw or WYW? And I think that for like 2 episodes, and then we realized it's just really competition.
Well, then you also stopped releasing episodes like right after that. So
because his computer took a gun and killed itself.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I've got to make like a series out of it, and I've gotten a fan base on my channel based off your series.
You have gotten a fan base based upon things like goodbye, bottom, I'ma kill you.
Yeah, and obviously
when the wind blows, the steel chair hits face.
And obviously
he bleeds out like a fucking stuffed pig, and now they are all gonna fucking die.
And obviously we got moonsault after moonsault. I haven't.
That will forever be the greatest WYW meme in history.
Yeah.
No, not only for the moonsault, but Mike can explain what I'm about to talk about after the moonsault. So Owen talked about moonsault after moonsault after moonsault after moonsault, and then on top of that, how many fucks were given in that match, Mike? 32 fucks were given that day.
Oh, and I think I've heard you say fuck more on that one episode than your entire existence.
And that was for Azareth and Matt, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Matt kicking his own ass. Yes. So now we shall get to obviously.
Wait, I wasn't done yet.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Stop cutting people off, you jackass!
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
No, you're not.
I mean, obviously, too. Like I feel like I use your show now as an example of like it doesn't matter the length of a show as long as the content's good. Because obviously this was the same year WrestleMania 35 went basically the same length as your show did, and I remember that's why a lot of people don't like WrestleMania 35, and you use your show as a platform to say, hey, if the content's good enough, you can warrant having a show go 8 hours long, because that's what basically your show was used off of. And
I remember, and Mike can unmute himself for this because I think I found the problem with why people were getting cut out. I don't think it's your fault, by the way, Mike. I think it's just how it is. But I remember Mike and
When in doubt, James looks at me and goes, "It's probably Mike's fault," and I reply with, "Fucking say it again."
I mean that's how WYW happened.
Yeah.
It's all Mike's fault, and then it was never Mike's fault to begin with.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, well, I was talking to Mike, and I remember I even brought this up to him, and we'll get obviously the creators in a minute, obviously. But we were talking about doing Immortal, and we realized how long it was going to be, and it was going to be 8 hours. And I remember Mike was like, "Dude, you got to be out of your fucking mind." And I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Did you say it was originally supposed to be 5 hours?
It was originally supposed to be 5 hours.
5 hours, yes.
And then after we recorded all the matches, he put them all together and did the math with all the promo packages and the segments. He went, "Oh fuck, this show's going to be 8 hours long."
Yeah. So when we were going through the whole process of trying to record everything, we got about, what would you say, James? About 4 or 5 days of recording done.
I think so. Yeah.
It took us a while. It took us about almost a month to get everything recorded and done. Including
even then, we had to go back a little while later and do another take of the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, that took us a while to do.
Yeah,
and we combined the whole thing, and we were considering, and this is how crazy it was. This is how stacked the card was. We were considering doing a pre-show and having the Athena Gauntlet kind of be the sole match on there to really give the Athena proper spotlight. But then when I looked at it and I actually looked at the structure of the card in full, I just basically told Mike, we can't cut any of this out. This has to be a part of the main show.
If we cut anything out, the show's ruined.
Now, to put it bluntly, you will never get another 8-hour WYW Immortal.
No. Dude, not on our lives. Not on our lives.
Honestly,
from here on out,
the happiest accident we ever had.
From here on out, we're going to be splitting Immortal into 2 days, especially if it goes. Yes, especially if it goes for 8 hours.
WrestleMania, like New Japan.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way you're able to break it up into, what can I give the example of? Let's say we were to do a brand split. We're able to do more with it. We're able to actually bring more stuff out and do more things with it.
Exactly.
Instead of getting an 8-hour show, you get 2 more.
Yeah, like say one night could be dedicated for one show, the second night could be dedicated for the other.
Yes.
Now, should we have done that with this past Immortal? Probably. But you know what? Worked out to our advantage.
It really did. And again, Owen kind of brought it up. Obviously, that as long as you have the quality to match with your quantity, it really doesn't matter if it's an 8-hour show or a split into 2 days. If you can show that you have the quality to do it, do it. That's the thing. Why even bother having the allotted time unless it's an easy day for views and you're not even gonna fucking try? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the views speak for itself. For like a rinky-dink CAW league, there's a reason why it has over 1,700 views and counting. Which I don't care what anybody says. That will forever be my child and my proudest work that I've ever worked on with everybody here. So that's kind of like me. And I'll get to me last because I wanted to get to everybody else. But Nikos.
And other things.
Owen, go. I didn't know you were not finished.
I never knew a CAW. I knew what a CAW league was. I had seen some of No DQs, but you guys took CAW league and made it another level. It's so much better than I think No DQs, just because No DQs uses actually known names and doesn't really make brands around themselves. There's actually storylines of why your matches are happening, so I think that's really cool too. I remember too also a lot of stress around that day because I was watching all of the WYW stuff around that week, and I remember,
we were all going fucking nuts.
Yeah, and then I remember the day of I had to scramble to watch I think the mega event
Gold Rush right before, yeah.
Yeah, so and then everyone, I basically know everyone in this call besides probably James, Casey, and Mike, basically because of WYW, obviously. And then I think the WYW, me and Mike do a lot more work YouTube-wise because he's been showing up on the rundown a lot more since, and obviously and Casey and Nikos because.
Well, it's because Owen, each time I go up on the rundown, I have the ability to consume a part of your soul, and the more I obtain, I can finally have an island fight and have my forearm monster appear. The more soul I can gain, my overlord Shao Kahn will become more powerful.
Now,
and he will make an appearance on the rundown and steal your puny championship from your dying hands.
Now, question: does your Lord and Savior Shao Kahn do moonsault after moonsault after moonsault when he?
No, he was the inventor of the moonsault after moonsault after moonsault.
And then obviously too, it obviously influences my channel because since Mike doesn't go on camera, him holding the WYW title is always on my channel anytime he's on it. So it's
this is very true. And yet here you were complaining, why are you on camera here? And you just have your emoticon there.
Yeah.
So gives views.
And then I think that's pretty much it. So that's what WYW is pretty much meant to me.
That's awesome. Jeez, that's a lot to pack in that little statement. Nico.
I think our friendship too has gotten stronger. James.
Oh my God, it's not even close because I remember it went on a complete plummet. Obviously, people know the story with that, but once I started really taking that seriously, it's almost like our friendship like went on a level as well. And you're not the only one that's happened with, by the way. Literally, Mike and I's friendship improved dramatically because like there was a time we almost had a falling out because I was just being an idiot, not taking the shit seriously. So when I really was like, I'm serious about this, I want to go full in with it. He was like, he thought about it for like 2 weeks. He's like, if you're serious, let's fucking do it. And then Casey joined literally 2 weeks after that. And like, the rest is fucking history. And then everything just kind of improved like dramatically in my life.
Sometimes you need a terrible situation to focus on something that is more positive later on.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Called the story backdrop. It's this big important thing in most stories, but I mean, unless you're Stephen King, you don't give a fuck about what that is.
Yeah, 100%.
There goes Johnny.
Yeah, no, he said he was having problems anyway. I was just trying to get him refreshed onto the call.
I think we're all having problems.
It's almost like we got like 30 people in the chat.
Especially too, because we all can't can't go anywhere.
Well, I mean, I can go whatever I want. You see, I built a plane. And so what I'm gonna hold on.
Look, bro. I built a plane out of cardboard. Okay, it's gonna fly straight to the moon, bro.
Funniest shit I've ever heard.
I feel like too with your show too, and I've even said this. There's so many things I learned that you can do in 2K14 that I never knew you could do. Like there's so many.
Wait till next season.
Wait till next
there's
season.
some shit I witnessed.
There is some shit.
It's
I know exactly what Nikos is talking about.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna say shit.
Oh, well,
all right, I'm only gonna say this because I care. Ladies and gentlemen, our friend Mike Nikos broke the fucking game. We won't tell you how, we won't tell you why, but we're just gonna say on a future episode of WYW at some point, Nikos breaks the fucking game. And we don't know how.
He does not just break the game; he crushes it into pieces with his bare hand.
We don't know how it
becomes a fine powder.
I still want a WWE All Stars edition of your show.
That's on crack. You're asking me to put the show on crack.
Matt, Mike, and I are actually thinking of doing parody versions with Fire Pro.
Actually, I'm working on a version right now. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm working on one specifically right now in No Mercy.
Nice.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take some time because I have to do like a fuck ton of editation for that to work correctly. But
yeah.
And then a final thing, I feel like too, we actually saw people capable of doing good wrestling because when Immortal came out, AEW, it was there, but obviously it hadn't had a show yet. So I feel like
that was like right before Double or Nothing.
Yeah, it was AEW birthed by sleep.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only
your Kingdom Hearts reference for the day. That's the last one I'm doing.
And
you're welcome.
And Nick in the background.
I'm actually shocked that you made one.
I like Kingdom Hearts reference.
So the only time I really saw good wrestling was when I watched like NXT, but like I wasn't getting any good wrestling anywhere else. And then your show came on, and your show too. Not only your WrestleMania not only finished storylines, it like started storylines, and it showed like maybe this is what WrestleMania should be all the time. Like
always, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
If I may,
go for it. Go.
I actually have news. So I'm going to be buying the latest Fire Pro Wrestling game. So I figured I could do something with WYW in that. I'd be willing to make all the characters.
Yeah, go for it. Bro.
That's definitely a Matt, you and I with James on Skype call. Trying to figure out how to get all that shit to work because Fire Pro Wrestling is a little awkward of a system to handle, but once you get your fingers on it and start going through it, it's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna study the new game before I do anything.
Yeah, dude. If you think you can get it to work, fucking have at it.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm the only one that makes jokes in my reviews that it's a video game. That Casey just always is there, but we can never see Casey in the game. He's always on commentary, but he's like invisible in that game. Like,
hey, you know what? I turn into Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
And James becomes Michael Cole, so, you know.
Well, hey, at least we all know my invisibility cloak still works.
Yes.
Very true.
Maybe it's because of your Switch getting hacked that you just disappear at random times throughout the course of the show.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's roll with that.
But you know what? Fuck it. Casey was trained by Reptile at the bottom of the pit and fucking now has the ability of invisibility.
Nick's got something to say. Go, Nick.
Go for it.
As a response to the hack switch, you're welcome.
See, Casey, what happened was you were trained by Reptile at the bottom of the pit.
And by the way,
you just learned invisibility like fucking Shujinko.
Yep.
And by the way, Colleen, can you see us? Because
Yeah, I can. I'll be right back. I just need to walk away for a little bit.
okay. All right. Well, I was just confused because all we saw was just your face for a while.
What did I put her in tears? Is she dying? What happened?
Probably. But now, get
Nico.
on to the creators. Obviously, the four of us.
I quit.
Oh wow! Thanks, Nikos.
Yo.
What did it do for you from a creative standpoint? What did it do for you personally? Like, what did WYW do for you?
At the start, I really didn't know what you guys were doing until I remember this one time. This was when we made that funny Ed Netty video. You, me, Mike, and Matt, we were walking to KFC. You were telling me about this idea for WYW and telling me about the characters until one day. And all of a sudden I just said, you know, this sounds very interesting. You have any room for one more? And you were just like, you know, there is a possibility. The original Lionheart was going to be Michael Kilroy, from what you told me. And his gimmick of Lionheart was going to be a Templar.
Right.
And you didn't want that. So
yeah, because it wouldn't have made sense.
The format of Michael Kilroy's original Lionheart gimmick was just it was going east, it was going western, but with eastern. It was too fucking much stuff. He wanted kanji on his outfit, but he also wanted crosses, and I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
And plus,
your outfit looks like something that a fucking manga pukes, then I'm not dealing with it.
And plus, as soon as you thought of me being the Lionheart, it kind of fits to the style.
Yep.
So you guys were talking about it, and you guys were making the character. And what WYW did for me personally, it improved on my writing heavily, which would explain some of the writing in the dialogue chat. Like, not for the dialogue, but like the booking of this.
Really? Because that's funny to me, because you were always a very stellar writer, which is so to the fact that to hear that it improved your writing.
True, but I never had a chance to prove it to anyone. I just only had to do it to teachers, but to actually put it in a group where
to put it to actual use outside the classroom.
Yeah, basically that. Also, when you guys told me about the live action scenes, it actually got me the idea of pursuing a minor degree in cinema studies, so I could learn the way of the techniques behind the camera.
Bro, I can't believe I inspired this much. I didn't realize how much.
So yeah, when we film this, basically I'm gonna show you guys the techniques I've learned that can greatly improve the live action scenes.
Well, let us, as I said before, and I'll say it again, we shall see when we see.
Of course.
Yes, indeed. When it comes time to shoot some live action stuff, by all means, we'll let you know.
And it's not just, like I said, not only live action scenes. There's, again, the writing and stuff. It takes me a really long time to get into dialogue. Like, when I'm doing my dialogue or Zach Westling's interview dialogue, I really just gotta sit there and think for a while, because I'm trying to think, all right, how is he gonna say this? How is he gonna, think of this idea?
And Nikos, you now know how the problem of trying to come up with every single promo package, and I'm only saying it from my perspective, off the top of your fucking head every single time.
Dude, I feel like everyone can attest to this, honest to God. Like,
even those of us who script our promos can absolutely attest to that.
like Sean, I can tell you just from experience, and Sean can join in on this as I talk about it, but I see Sean, and I've even seen Johnny do this a couple times.
No, I was going to add to that, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, when I started out, We used to strip my promos together, James. Like, you knew I couldn't cut a promo back when I was first starting.
Oh yeah, I forgot I actually put it together for you.
And I don't know if you remember the exact point, but I think Casey and Mike were there, but you were definitely there, and we were recording specifically for our Immortal match. And
was this the one where you two were in the back seat?
And I was going completely off the top of my head. And I never did that before. That's what I mean about confidence. I couldn't think off the top of my head.
That's a skill that you just have to figure out. It's one of those things of you have to put yourself in the mindset of the person that you're attempting to play, and then go, okay, let me write down a promo. Okay, let me try to memorize that promo. How did I say this? How was I going to speak this? Then taking that and then throwing it the fuck out.
Yeah,
you literally have to throw that out and go, okay, I know I have to hit A, B, and C in my notes, and then I'll go from there. That's all. It's the hardest thing in the world to try to memorize.
No, it's facts, bro. I agree with you 100%, and that's why, like, I look back to, like, my older promos. Like, I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I go back specifically to, like, some of my first ones and shit. And, James, I think you'll agree with me. Immortals was my best work to date.
100%. 100%. I was actually going to mention that.
And to include that, like, when you showed me my promo, it was during, like, when I was about to leave the university.
Right.
I saw it, and I was trying so hard to sustain just my excitement. And then when we showed it at the briefing at my house,
and you
just
straight up
threw your chair across out the window, you madman.
Nick, you gotta get it out.
Screaming out of excitement. That's how hyped up I was for this promo. And looking back now at my promo, I realized that video has more views than any of the videos combined.
It blew up compared to any other promo.
Because here's the thing, Nikos. As the new guy coming into any company, you absolutely need a hype package and or promo in order for the audience. You need to be able to nail, this is my origin, this is my backstory, and here's how I'm going to be in the ring.
Exactly.
I'm so sick and tired of cinematic, overdramatic shot, rain, sunlight, but also the moon is in the background. And I'm sitting there going, just fucking wrestle and let me see what you can do, you shitbird.
True. And with the dialogue that's in the promo, it was actually took a lot of work. I remember I had to call my mom to help me translate.
Yeah, you and I called your mother,
to
try to translate it to Greek properly, right?
Yeah, because I wanted to produce the authenticity of like my Greek side. Because I know you're trying to bring in more wrestlers of ethnicity and more nationality.
Yeah.
So, and plus, when you see a Greek guy claiming to be the Lionheart wearing all Spartan gear, you're thinking, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and then he drops the line of "Gay Dalaboria Vikisas," and you just go, "Oh fuck!"
It made that promo. Now
that promo at Immortal in general was, I believe, like what Johnny said, the best work anyone can have.
I think
it really worked that well.
Hands down. Yep.
Hands down, of course.
It stood out from like everything else on the show just because it was so unique and different too. Like
it stood out from everything else. Everyone was just looking at it like I was like Banjo and Kazooie from fucking Smash.
I think
everyone was hyped to that. I'm surprised. I'm like, this is different. I didn't deserve this much praise, but I'm glad it happens.
I think the biggest thing about that, as well as Johnny kind of alluded to and agreed with you heavily on, is that Immortal really is the best that anybody could ever have. And I'm not just saying that purely on ego. It literally is like the best work. There is no sameness to this show. You will not find one thing that is that similar to something else.
Like
every promo package feels different. Every person feels different. Every match feels different. Every story feels different. Even the commentators, down to the fucking referees, feel different. There is no sameness, and that's why.
Wait. I need to speak to the HR department. Why are you filling up the referees, bro?
Oh, shut up.
Get me the fucking HR department.
I feel like you need to get the HR department too.
Michael X, please.
I think half of us died on that show. I think all of us died on that show.
To be fair, James, he's not wrong.
True.
The other thing, though, getting back on serious topic, also is I think it really and we talked about it earlier, but this kind of set the precedent of what this show was really going to be and what WYW as a whole was going to be, and that was when Colleen did her rendition of America the Beautiful, because
in my kitchen, no less,
in her kitchen, in your kitchen, and. But you know what the funniest thing about that was too? She sang it and then she flubbed up in the last beginning part, and then she just sung it over again. And I remember this because this is how ridiculously skilled I've gotten over the years. Because I didn't even need the headphones. She had the headphones on, so I just saw the part that I needed to cut to. I spliced it in.
Via the waveforms alone.
C to shining C, there was no cut to have. And then Colleen was just like,
what the fuck? How did you do that?
I remember that.
Power of editing.
The power of editing. Too much in one take. But no, in fairness now, talking about obviously people, getting better as far as just dialogue writing and script writing and voice acting.
Yeah.
Sean, I think, and Sean, I know you're probably going to disagree with yourself because I know how you are. But honest to God, I think without you, the show is not nearly as good as what you are. Honest to God.
That is in my personal view, that is especially true in the case of Gold Rush.
Yes. And your Gold Rush promo, your Gold Rush promo in the beginning, in the first episode, was fantastic. And it just kept getting better and better and better with each promo.
And then you get to the Gold Rush mega event itself.
Right.
And it's holy hell, this guy goes off.
And
I'm still gonna say that the Sean Maverick and Azam match, for how the whole thing is, or should I say the Sean Maverick Mark Young that leads into Azam. Spoiler alert, let's be honest, the video's been out for about a year. Is one of the best story beats that we've ever hit, because you get 5 years of development leading into the match, and you understand exactly why Sean is going into this to beat the living fuck out of this poor young man.
He's not poor. He's got more money than all of us in this chat put together.
And only to get screwed by a fucking cyborg from a completely opposite faction.
And can I just say real quick? And can I just say real quick, that promo against Sean Maverick was the first one I ever cut as Mark Young.
You guys did great. And here's the thing about that, and I was talking about Sean, and Sean, you could chime in here as I go along here, but I remember every promo that you've ever done. I wrote out the rough draft, and I just straight up told him, Sean, do whatever the fuck you want. And I just see this man go to fucking town, just editing every little nook and cranny to this promo, every little piece of dialogue, making sure it just sounded authentic and real.
Which is hard to do.
Now, Sean was actually talking, I overheard him talking to, I don't remember if it was Mike or James or whoever about this, but he said he calls himself an archetype. He calls himself a guy of archetypes. He says he just knows archetypes pretty well. If that's true, the archetypes he does know, he's got down fucking cold.
Yeah, like Sean, spoiler alert, he does voice acting for Chris Foster, which is a British wrestler. His own epic rival in Azam, as well as the Sean Maverick character. And they all have a different cadence and feel to it.
James, I remember.
Cadence.
You and I have literally talked to how Sean.
All right, we fucking get it. Mike. The meme's dead.
You got Pagangas and
Pagangi? Owen, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember you and I have had long conversations too about how if Sean Maverick, that character existed in real life, he would be a world champion at any wrestling organization at any time period ever.
Yeah,
except for WWE.
No, WWE nowadays. Actually, no, I can't even say that.
No, you can't even say that because here's the whole thing.
I think he would.
Sean's look is not t-shirt design. It's not. You can't put that individual on a t-shirt.
Right, it's
You
ballistic.
can, and it would sell like gangbusters if you were to.
Oh yeah, if you were able to find a way to market it and make it look fucking incredible, then absolutely you can sell that all day long.
I also
yeah,
remember,
no.
I also remember how surprised I was too when you guys told me he voiced Asm, because I couldn't believe he voiced Asm because of and I couldn't believe I used to think James edited his voice to make it sound deeper. I didn't really know he actually sounded like that too.
Yeah, his voice is legitimately that deep.
Dude, good sir, I have had so many people, because James and I are working on the other podcast, Indy Force. Fucking, my God, the amount of people that go, that is not the voice of the Executioner. That's physically impossible.
And not to mention you voice act Nick Switchblade, Luke O'Lucky, Matt Harrington, John Gray,
Little Andre, God knows who else.
Dude, you voice act half the roster.
I am the roster.
No,
all
for
of their
real.
power goes
If
into
anyone, Mike, you have showed so much fucking work for what you put in, dude.
Yeah.
Your voice work is really up there,
It's
dude. And I really encourage
listen,
you to
I will
do that.
always say this, that I will never put myself on the pedestal because I don't believe in that to begin with. But I thank you for the accommodation, Johnny. However, I would have to disagree with you that I think the better.
That, bro.
I would say that the better voice actor here is.
Hold on. One person at a time. Johnny, continue.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, as another artist, because I know it's a different field, but I feel that 100%. But I will say till the day I die, you are up there, and I really think you should pursue a career in voice acting.
I firmly agree.
that would be good.
Out of the two people here, and I think everybody can agree with this, and I think even Colleen, just from her reactions before, because she was shocked when I told her that, oh yeah, they voice act these characters too. If anybody is going to have a career in voice acting, it's Mike and Sean, 100%.
We'll see what happens.
Mike, I will say, has careers in voice acting and stand-up improv comedy.
Yes, most definitely.
I'm sitting, so I can't do stand-up.
I would watch the fuck out of Michael X in full costume and voice doing stand-up.
You know, another person who's right up there, now that we're mentioning people that would succeed in stand-up comedy and just voice acting in general, Matt as well. Definitely, 100%.
True, yeah.
Definitely.
Matt absolutely would be a great comedian or even a voice actor. He actually kind of came up with some base ideas for a few characters we're debuting.
The swimming buddies.
Swimming buddies!
God damn it.
Voice acting, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, you've done a lot of voice acting for sure.
Yeah, Matt Nova, Eddie Kelly, Jones Meister now, and Azareth Smith.
You know who's shown real improvement, and I know he's going to be.
Wait, how come Matt's all the stoners?
Why the fuck do you think?
Legal trouble. Anyway, Nick. The reason why I bring you up all of a sudden is I think out of all the people that has improved dramatically, and we talked about people improving, it's got to be Nick. His Black Shadow voice is fucking evil as hell.
You want to have sex with that voice?
No, it's
Whoa. Don't say what we're all thinking now there, buddy.
What the fuck, voice?
God damn it, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
No, don't head out. No, don't head out, Mike. It's okay.
Come back.
Oh. But yeah, Nick. What do you have to say about that? Because I honestly, genuinely speaking, I think you have vastly improved as a voice actor as well for the Black Shadow character.
Honestly, yeah. Black Shadow is. I just love doing that because I just love doing that voice. It's so fun to do.
Especially when you consider that it's the Happy Mask Salesman and Emperor Palpatine rolled into one.
You're not wrong.
You're not.
Do you remember, Nick, what your old voice was for the character?
Yes.
And let's hear it.
Absolutely.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it, just for old time's sake.
I don't even think I can do it anymore because I just automatically go into the new one.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Well, I could
That's
could do it because I remember it down to a T. Gollum? Your phone glitching up?
J-Hebert! Stop
It
it!
sounded like
You were fucking Gollum?
he sounded straight up like Gollum, like if he had like
Computer, and let me suck your dick for $5.
Because I didn't really know.
Mike is very confused.
It was just because at that point I didn't really know what I was gonna do for it, so I was just like, okay, dark character, go deep, but I didn't really understand like how.
Once you got into the style of the Black Shadow voice and what I wanted you to do, is it safe to say that it is becoming an iconic debut for a character? Because I honestly think no one expected the ending to Gold Rush, and leading into the Immortal match with Sean and Azam, where you just have
If
your
you're Logan,
goons
you
interfere.
completely missed the ending.
Yes, if you're Logan, yes. But yeah. What? Honestly, what did you think about your debut? Because I remember how much you marked out when you saw it.
Oh, dude, he was grinning like the fucking Cheshire Cat. I was sitting right next to him the whole time.
Literally, I loved it.
Fucking awesome. That's still one of the best debuts. The funny thing is, and again, like, is it safe to say that, so obviously we gotten over to how great the show is and how much we love it. I mean, this is pretty much the podcast. Just in case you didn't know, people, this is just a podcast where we suck our own dicks. So that's really all it is. But at the end of the day,
put a disclaimer. Put a disclaimer at the front of this video. The following video contains strong language and self-gratification that is not suitable for young children.
It's true. You stuttered a couple times, but you got there in the end, and that's
by default. I'm the only one here without a dick. What do I do?
Well, I mean,
finger yourself.
Casey.
Damn, Mike.
That wasn't even Mike. That was Casey.
Was it Casey?
That was Casey.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Hey, I haven't.
I'm
Listen,
retarded.
I'm an innocent human being. My fucking hands are here. Okay?
Okay.
Well, why aren't they over here, Mike?
Yeah, I'm looking at you with like the total bullshit out of it.
Dude, I haven't done shit. I fucking left the room. I headed out. I went this way. This way.
We'll get to
picture, and you haven't responded, and you left it on open. Please respond. Please.
Who, me?
Mike, you, yes.
What have I done?
Apparently he sent you a picture and you didn't respond, and he said,
yeah, it was my dick, and he didn't even respond, bro. And
I couldn't find it.
Disgusting.
No, Johnny, you're not getting it. I couldn't find it. I looked around all over Facebook. I looked all over Twitter. I couldn't find it. I literally had to go buy the magnifying glass that I keep next to me. Just so I could see it.
I sent you the magnifying glass. How could you still not find it?
I sent you the magnifying glass.
Jesus.
I'm not surprised how this conversation's gone, but I'm disappointed.
Hey, listen. Fair.
This is very fair.
Very fair.
Now,
You guys aren't making this fair for me. I'm trying to do my lipstick, and it's not working out.
Did you say lipstick or limp dick? I couldn't hear you.
Lipstick. Lip biscuit.
Lip
Yeah.
biscuit?
Keep rolling.
Generation next. Generation.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this podcast today. We're gonna be
No. We stopped.
We're gonna
Case, dude.
cutting it.
Cut
it.
Got you and Case.
We're done.
Literally, as far as like the whole promo and I literally watched the promo like 13 times that same night after watching it the first time.
So you do what I did. So you do what I do when I create a new video.
Normally I would give you shit for that, but I can't because I did the same fucking thing over the past 2 days with the Indy Force intro.
Like all the way from the match, all the way from the promo to Sean's match, all the way through to the end. I just kept watching it over and over.
Understandable. Now, we'll get to you, Mike, because we've been asking everybody else what has the show meant to you creatively and also personally?
One more time, sorry. The connection kept cutting in and out.
Yeah, of course, because Skype is wonderful.
Skype is a good piece of technology owned by Microsoft, and I am not here to endorse it. You can't prove it.
For Skype now, James.
Yeah, what can you do? But it's okay. Hey, it's gone a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. I'll be honest. But Mike, what has the show done for you personally and creatively?
Nothing.
Wow. God damn.
Well, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to just massage your dick? Because that's all I can do.
No. I don't care about
massage my dick.
I asked this because apparently a lot of people
fight me. I dare you, woman.
This is what I'm getting at from everybody, from what everybody said, is that everybody found something from this and being able to kind of be more confident in some way.
I don't know what to say, my good sir. I mean, I do what I do. That's it.
Fair enough. But what about personally? How about personally? Anything?
I mean, it's extended the walls more than anything else. The boundary points, I guess you could call them, of what we as content creators are allowed to do. And I think, yeah, I know a lot of people are going to sit there and say, but WYW doesn't make any money. And I reply with, and I don't want it. I don't want your money. I would love it, but I don't want it.
Yeah.
This platform has allowed, at least not just me, but everybody else that is in this call, the ability to extend our ability to be entertainers in one way or another.
Oh, true.
Whether that be through reviewing it, voice acting it, writing it, working on it,
filming it,
bopping it,
twisting it,
smacking
it,
working it,
spinning it,
pull it, trigger,
pass it,
cock it,
load it,
scope it, load it, shoot it,
click, friggin'.
Shut it.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so it's just more of the simplistic factor of through the course of the show, I've been able to play a plethora of different individuals to a certain point where I think by the time I hit 50, I'm probably going to have multiple personality disorder.
You have multiple personality disorder now. Who the fuck are you fooling?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, you big round beach ball cunt?
You listen here, you fucking daft cunt.
No, it's just, the show allowed at least all of us here to extend our boundaries and do more. From my personal perspective, I would say it's allowed me to, as a entertainer, allow me to entertain people in different formats and ways and allow my voice to go out there to different individuals. That's about it.
Or in this case, voices.
I mean, I've gotten to work with a whole bunch of people. I mean, through this show, I started my own fucking t-shirt line.
You're not kidding.
So,
now how about Casey? Because Casey, I wanted to save you for last. Because if there's anybody that saved our bacon the most, I think it's you, 100%.
Well, I will say this: Mike is absolutely on the money in terms of getting to expand what we can do creatively. Before WYW, I never would have imagined myself as a heel. Now, not only am I a heel, I am according to you and Mike, I am the fucking heel of heels.
Dude, that's not just us saying that. That's not just us saying that. Nikos has said that. Colleen has said that. Johnny has said that. Sean said that.
Because Casey,
everyone,
as I told you a long time ago when you were first asking who should I voice act on the show, and I said you should go for the heel, and you go, why? I said because the heel gets to have the most fun because he is the master of being a huge shit poster / shit talker.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one that gets Mark Young is the polar opposite of your personality, which allows you to take, I guess, some internal problems or aggression out in a different format and way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can I add to this real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to say, Mike, I definitely had some talks with you before about promos as well. Like, I haven't, I think I scripted like one or two with you, but I mainly did it with James for the most part. But your talks also really helped, and I don't know if you noticed that Immortal. Like, I always go back to the Immortal one. I kind of let a heelish persona of me because I was so obsessed with getting a win over James. And that's what really helped, because that shit's true. Being a heel is so much fun. You can be, and even if I'm not a full-blown heel, it's still fun to go to that level, because it's like you could be so much more creative, and you could be ruthless, and you could have no like limit to say what you want.
Exactly. Mike's exact words were, at least the ones I remember him using, the babyface always has to constantly maintain that they're a babyface. A heel can do whatever the fuck they want.
It's true, and to follow up from what Johnny said, like, for instance, my character is also heel. Based from what you've seen, I'm the type of guy that you look at it and think he can do whatever he wants. There's no stopping him. There's no way he would be a babyface. And at this point, the way that we're planning many of our characters, including my own, I'm just looking back and I'm thinking, how are we supposed to make him babyface? It's just impossible at this point.
Dude, it's not impossible. It's just wrestling is in a formative way of redemption is possible for the heel to become face. And it is possible to turn it the other way around for the face to become heel. It's just putting it in such a way and format where the face turn makes sense, or the heel turn is proper.
Yes.
And as a addition to Casey's point, that is why I've always had Michael X as the character be the in-betweener. He's not face, he's not heel, he's on the in-between line, and he does what he has to do. Because I prefer playing a character, at least as the character that is going to obtain the title, as the in-betweener.
Exactly.
Right. And as Mike said earlier, being a heel has allowed me to get a lot of shit out of my system. When I first came into WYW, I had met James. Yep. Well, thank you, Matt, for that one. I had been back in the Weymouth. I had been back on the South Shore. I had just moved back up here from New Bedford for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Met James a year before that. A year later, went to Best in the World with him. About a year and a half later on. It was at that moment James knew he had fucked up.
That meme I created, but yeah, that's a part of the Indy Force intro. So there you go.
Yep.
Please send that to me.
Oh, dude.
Dude, you could save it right now. It's in the chat.
Dude. Yeah, take it. Absolutely.
I don't know how Skype works, to be real, but I'll save it.
It's on my
really quick. Really quick, that's a part of the new intro to the Indy Force podcast. If you guys get the chance, that's the ending bit to the Indy Force podcast intro. So
yeah, Mike literally killing James with a spear into Kyle Weaver's pool.
Yeah, I remember
That's so
that, bro.
stiff, though.
Oh, dude, I fucking hit him.
Yeah.
I didn't. He told me to hit him, so I hit him. Fucking.
Having watched it last night because James sent it to me, it's so funny.
It's a great ending bit to the actual thing.
It
It's
really
just a
is.
stupid moment.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yep.
Next time,
everybody loves that intro, huh? Sean,
Yeah, it's so
Sean,
good.
your thoughts on the intro? Go.
I haven't actually watched the intro yet.
Oh,
You son of a bitch! Minus 10 stars. Get the fuck out.
nah, he's all right.
Yeah, Sean.
When you
is
get a
good.
chance, Sean, watch the intro after this.
It's good shit. It's good
fun.
shit.
It's fun.
Anyway, to finish what I was saying, I came into WYW expecting to just be a commentator, maybe an agent. Now I've got 4 characters to my credit.
Yes.
And
4 characters that are awesome.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I am the Wrestling Encyclopedia Casey Gallagher, Mark Young, the unknown Brett Mention, and not the wild card Ian Lancaster, as I stupidly said in the original review we did with Owen. Yeah. But I am the Hardcore Legacy Dave Foley.
There you go. This is very true. But yeah, to me, I think, and this is, what's wild about it is, I did not expect to get this emotional about it. I might actually cry when I talk about this.
Some sunglasses on, it hides the pussy tears.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Bitch.
I wear my sunglasses.
Well, that helps. But the thing about being 3 years old, it's wild to me that wrestling was kind of while I have other interests now, wrestling's always going to be like that first love for me in a way. That helped me break out of my shell and be who I am today. Without wrestling, I'm not the man you see today. I literally would be in an institution somewhere. And just to think of how crazy different life would be. And sometimes, I wonder what life would be like. And to know that what my passion was in some way, to just kind of spread that to everybody else with this show is mind-blowing. Like, I didn't expect that my show impacted everybody here that fucking much.
Oh, it's scary how much of an impact this show has had
Yeah.
on all of us. Not just the people who have worked on the show, but the people who have watched the show. I have talked with people at work about my show, and they've gone and watched a couple of clips, and they go, "Dude, this is fucking good. What the hell?"
Well, because the whole thing with James and I when we started this, and I think it gets a little bit better than let's be honest, the test matches we fucking drove by those. We said we just wanted to pump them out and get them done, so that way they were just out of the way. But when we were working on the tournament all the way through, we wanted to provide something that was more important to a wrestling fan than seeing 20, 30, 40 matches. It was primarily quantity. It was quality. You want to see something that you can go, yes, the guy may have kicked out of 5 finishers during the course of the match, but the ending bit of the match is solid. Yeah. It's fucking solid. The only match that I would say is the weakest one of them all is obviously going to be Jason G and fucking
Dave Foley, yeah.
But that was going to be the weakest match anyway because there's no story build-up.
That's like, honestly, match-wise, and while it has its issues, that's like saying, that's like finding, bronze out of a bunch of silver and gold in a way.
Yeah, and when I first came into the show and learned what the overall overarching plan was for the card all the way up to Immortal, I initially figured it would have been Mike versus James and then Mike versus Mark Young that would have stolen the entire tournament. Then Sean versus Taka happened.
Yeah.
Sean versus Taka has got to be like one of my top 3 favorites.
It's up there on everybody's list.
I have been saying
not see that match.
I have been saying
you gotta see that. I gotta send that to you, Matt. So you can
I have been saying this for at least 2 years now. Match, maybe a little bit less so promo, but the match, Sean Maverick versus Taka Michinoku, I will say this until I am blue in the face, is WYW.
Oh, and you actually reviewed that, Matt. You reviewed the entirety of the quarterfinals. You rated 3 of those quarterfinal matches 5 stars.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing, too, when it comes to, like, your tournament. Me and James, anytime we review, like, a wrestling tournament now, anytime I say it's the first round of a tournament, there's typically nothing fancy. Literally, the joke is now, you want to see some fantasy? You want to see something fancy, go watch your tournament. Cause, like,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what the funny part is, to your point, Owen? I think a lot of people can attest to this, because I feel like this is the WYWMO, really. Is everyone kind of put these standards to us. Everyone just kind of told us, hey, you can only go so far with this. You can only go so far here, there, or anywhere. And it was almost... I don't even want to say it's like Paul Heyman, but it really is that Paul Heyman riling of the troops, where he said, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right.
And then WWE let him book December. Oh, wait, they didn't let him book it. They booked it and they fucked him over and fired his ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Rally the troops and send them home.
That's one thing I want to say. Like, your show, too, takes things that wouldn't work and make, like, you got a robot to work. Like, if any other wrestling company did a robot gimmick, they would screw it up.
And not to mention, you guys had a heel that you gave enough creative freedom to call out the most hidden parts of everybody he went up against.
Well, that's what you're supposed. Okay, as I've said before, there's a limitation on what a heel can say during a promo package or in the heat of a moment. One of the things that cannot be talked about is death. The other one, which is the big fucking one, it cannot be about family, specifically if there happens to be mental disability or abuse in a family. Cannot be fucking talked about. It's game over. Your heel push it doesn't make you look like a bad guy. It just makes you look like a dumbass and an asshole.
The only time it really only can work is if you do it in passing and the people have moved on from that situation.
Agreed. But it's as I said before, there's a limitation on what a wrestling fan is willing to put up with. And I feel like over the course of working on WYW, it was more of the fact of what the fuck can we get away with?
Yeah, and that's the
what
thing.
level of shit can we get away with?
I think
final point of
yeah, basically, yeah.
Dude, you guys let me jump down Kyle Weaver's throat. You guys let me call Sean basically a fag. No offense. You guys...
You're not wrong, yeah.
No, don't worry. I'll just beat the shit out of you later.
Quite literally, that will happen later on in the program. But, and then my Immortal promo, which I will reiterate what everybody says. As much as I love my Gold Rush promo, as much as I enjoyed my promo against Kyle Weaver, my heel promo against Michael X is probably the best one I've ever cut.
Oh, because as I told you, I said go as deep as you want. But listen, if a heel's fighting a face and the heel is booked to lose the match, you need the heel to fucking go in.
That's what you know. What the funny thing is, and Colleen, I go to you for this because I remember your reaction. First off, to when he said, "I will claim your side bitch for my own," when Mark Young said that, and then on top of that, you gasped and almost was like, "Holy shit!"
There's no fucking way.
Powerbomb
Made me uncomfortable.
Everybody at the screening, there's no fucking way he just went there.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Please tell me he did not just go there.
And I was okay with the sign off. That's the whole thing. Casey did ask me. I want to get that completely clear that Casey asked me.
I have the idea. This is basically the way I compose my promos. They come to me in bursts of inspiration.
Yes.
This one, like my Gold Rush promo, came to me while I was shagging carts at the Home Depot in pieces, and I just put it together from there.
I'm sorry, but my UK brain just kind of turned on, and now I just have this pop-up image of you just...
Stop fucking the carts, Casey.
Wrong shagging. Anyway, UK innuendos aside,
in her
Hi, Jack Robinson, how you doing?
shout out to Kuzon, who by the way is another excellent heel on the show.
Yes.
Excellent.
But anyway, continue.
This one came to me while I was collecting carts at the Home Depot in pieces, and I put it together, and I read it back to myself, and I figured this looked good, and then I thought, okay, this is actually a pretty personal promo even for me. I better talk to Mike and Lillian and see if they're okay with this.
Now, it was a lot of telephone at that point trying to figure out, okay, what can we say, what can't we say, what's the limitation, and goddamn, how many times, James, did you and I have to go through the TV-14 rating system just to make sure that everything that we said can go up to code? And
yes, 100%. Because you know what the funny thing is like we treated this as serious as if it was a TV show.
That's the whole idea, though. That's if you're running a CAW league, it's to have fun, but you're also attempting to provide content in such a way that somebody's able to sit there and go, "Oh yeah, I can watch an 8-hour show and not have a problem sitting through the whole 8-hour process." And I don't sit there and question why everything is going on when it's going on. I'm just sitting there and enjoying everything that's happening.
You know what the funny thing is, too, and going back to what Colleen's reaction was, I remember the two reactions that she had, and I was specifically watching her, because for me, knowing we did a good job is hooking that casual fan in, and Colleen's kind of like that casual wrestling fan way of our show.
Can I
well,
actually?
I'll get to you in a minute, Nick, because I'm gonna actually get to you right after this. But when I saw your reaction to obviously that line, and then I saw your reaction to Mark Young getting his ultimate comeuppance after 5 years of torment, making that moment where Mike X gets the belt that much sweeter. Like, what was actually running through your head as you're watching this ridiculousness?
Well, the what part?
The whole thing from that line, I'm gonna claim your side bitch, to the moment he gets powerbombed and pinned from the top of the cell.
Well, from what Mark Yucks, Young.
Mark Yucks.
No, I got you. It's fair. I put you on the spot. In fairness.
From what he said, like I was complete another shock, because, like I said, like I was like, I sure that you could say, because saying, like, bringing that topic to something is such like a scary thing to put in there.
Yeah.
So like you could easily get like a shit ton of backlash for even bringing that topic into this show. So that really scared me. And then like just seeing like the win and everything, it made you feel so much better, because like you after that, of course, like if you're a decent person, of course you're rooting for Michael X, because you don't want somebody who would say something like that to win.
Absolutely.
So it just felt really good to see him.
Casey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I was about to say, but anyway, continue.
Besides sweating my balls off,
sorry, we kind of cut.
Taking off his pants.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off? My balls was hot. I understand.
Drop them.
Anyway, you were saying, Colleen. Sorry about that.
Like I don't know really, like at the top of my head, like what to say exactly, because I'm trying to like bring my brain back to like a year ago, which is like a long time, and I don't even.
Fair enough. He did a power bomb from 20 feet in the air.
That's way higher than 20 feet.
Try 35.
Right.
It's about 35 feet up in the air, so if it's, fucking dead on impact.
I remember your reaction, Colleen, specifically when we were watching it at Nick's house, was, oh my god. Like, because it sounded like the way we made it sound too, and I don't know if Johnny, you've seen the ending of that show yet, but it sounds like a gun went off. Like I combined so many table sound effects and shit to where it literally sounded like a gun went off in the ear.
And I think you said you deepened the bass on all like 3 or 4 layers of sound.
Yeah, that's what made it like
that's what gave it that body.
Yeah,
that sounds like not a gun, a fucking bomb went off.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I remember your reaction vividly, Colleen.
You were being like glued to the TV, like you like what happens and stuff like that. What happens next? Because one thing about WYW is it's so like unpredictable if you're not like in the bookings like I am now, but I wasn't back then, so I had no idea what was gonna come.
Well, you also still have no idea what's going to happen. That's
still like I'm in the booking now just for the females. So like with the males, the complete and utter like I don't know. With the females, I have an idea because that's what I'm here for. But males, nothing. I have no idea.
And if you need, we can help you with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Absolutely. That's exactly why we're here. Now, that being said, there is one thing that I've been thinking recently that that I'd like to run by you guys. I know the old cliche in wrestling, especially in booking, is that it's always the best when nobody expects what's going to happen. I'm not sure that's always true. personally, I really dig when people, especially accidentally, guess what we're thinking of doing for the future, because that tells me they get it. They understand what we want to do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Nick, you were going to go obviously on this because I know you reacted heavily on this as well. You had one of the better reactions to it.
What I wanted to say before is what you were saying about a casual fan. You know that it is a really good product when someone that has never watched wrestling actively has like a visceral emotional reaction from it. Because I watched it with a family member and who didn't really watch wrestling, and they literally were like just jaw dropped on the floor when this stuff was happening.
Can we talk about also, like, there was 2 instances of that. I don't know the family member you're referencing, but I assume it was for Immortal, but specifically with your mom and the Gold Rush promo and how your mom actually cried. And then that will actually segue into Matt's grandma also, who sat down. I couldn't believe that.
Not only his grandmother, one of his neighbors apparently became a fan of the show because of Nikos' hype at the fucking world's greatest suplex.
Dude, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I don't know if you remember, James, but back when we were doing the test matches, and I think Matt might remember because I think he was there one time. But I used to have these neighbors. I still have them. I just don't talk to them anymore. But I used to show them, and I showed this fucking 10-year-old kid who used to really, because I gave them the flyer too for the fucking autism thing we used to do for the teen center.
Right.
And I showed them the show back in the test matches, and they loved that shit, dude. Like, if I could show them Immortal, which, I mean, if we were on good terms, I would. Honestly, like, we don't talk like that because they did some fuck shit, but, like, being real, like, that shit was fucking amazing, dude. And they would blow their minds about it, dude. Like, I shared that shit so much, dude. Like, I was really proud that you guys pulled that off. 8 hours, dude. That's all the success that you guys deserve.
No, you're proud of us for pulling that off? Imagine how proud we are that you were able to see it.
Yeah, you have no idea. Like, that was like a moment in my life I will never forget. Like I won't forget. Like, there are very few moments where I will remember vividly every detail of that night, of both nights, because we actually had a screening and a stream. I will never forget those days for as long as I fucking live. I'm pretty sure when I have amnesia, certain memories of that day are still going to appear in my head.
Absolutely. Like, especially for me with Gold Rush, because that's WYW's... And again, cliche, but no less true. You never forget your first.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it wasn't necessarily. Bring it back a bit.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Bring it back a bit there, Case.
Oh boy, I can't wait for this call then now. Oh boy.
It just went off.
You're an asshole.
But you know what? Before we get to that, actually, too, speaking of that, Gold Rush, and this is what obviously Matt's relatively talking about. But Matt, I couldn't believe how much of a fan your grandmother became of the show, even early on. Like, and it was just amazing to see her there. And I remember that day vividly. And she was going through a ton that day. And I remember just seeing her watch the show and enjoy it. And just, I couldn't believe it. Like, she sat
all
there.
Her troubles melted away.
The entire thing. Like, from start to finish.
She said, and I quote, "This show is on par with WWE." And I said, "No, it's better than WWE because we listen to our fans." She's like, "I mean, it might be, but it's still on par. I grew up with WWE." So I asked, "Who's your favorite character?" She goes, "Michael X." Well,
I have to applause to that.
Her real answer was the one with the red mask. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable, bro. It's just to know that happened, to know that we reached even that kind of an audience.
Real quick, Matt.
WWF game.
Real quick, Matt. Has she seen Immortal?
She was there, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't there for it. But Matt, what did she?
No, I didn't send it to her.
You gotta send that to her because I want to know what her thoughts are on that. Even if you just show her clips of it or something. Like, because that's the biggest piece of work that we've
send it to her with a warning. Hey, this is a lengthy show. Break it up into like 2 or 3 matches a week. 2 or 3 matches a whack.
You know, let's make that, Sean. You know what? Let's make that a little less topic, and then we'll kind of wrap it up by saying, you know, all the pleasantries again and whatnot, and plugging everybody. But Sean, do you promote the show to anybody in your family? Because like, I don't know, like to me that'd be cool if you did, and not that you had to, but I like that when a family member can like watch, you know.
It's not really something that my family is interested in, like wrestling in general, so I kind of just keep away from it.
Fair enough. You know, in some cases, it's just, you know, it's not going to be for everybody. I know that for a fact. But
yeah, this show is definitely not for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's you know, we're definitely doing our damnedest to, you know, appeal to the audience that we have with different characters for sure. Johnny, what about you? Is there anybody in your family or like close relatives you talked about? Oh, actually, you did talk about that, and that actually sparked a memory that I have specifically with Chris Phoenix. I was like, I was with him, and I couldn't believe it. It was in 2015, and I was still chilling with the kid, and we were walking, and all of a sudden, I hear my voice on a kid's phone, watching WYW, and me and Chris was just beside himself, like, holy shit, it's my match. It's my match the kid's watching. And he's just like, wait, what? No, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, I'm serious. Go over there. And he's like laughing about it and everything. I'm going over there. Sure enough, he's seeing Jones Meister versus Chris Phoenix from round 1, episode 1. Mind blown. Mind blown to me. That's insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, and by the way, our show is not for kids. We did not ask them to check out our show.
What are the odds that kid finds this video?
This is very, very true.
He'll be the #1 fan of the show.
That'd be great. But yeah, no, shout out to that kid, obviously. But yeah, Johnny, is there any other people that you showed this show off to?
So, I mean, gotta think about this because I showed it to a lot of people. Being a real, like, also, I don't have much family to show it to.
Yeah,
like, I showed
friends,
my mother.
anything. Friends or anything.
But, yeah, no, friends are my family. Yeah, of course. I've showed more of them. Yeah, like, James, I introduced you to a dude who does a legit wrestling promotion.
Yes.
And I let you show it to him because I sent him the links.
By this whole COVID thing?
He hasn't booked shit. He's been he's doing his own thing. He can get by, but like,
it's just really tough right now for everybody.
But dude, that dude came through. He was legit stoked about your product. He was stoked what you could do. He really wants to work with you, man.
I think I remember this guy. Was I there for this?
Yeah, you were there. Everyone was there.
Yeah, he's the guy that came by your house, right?
Yeah. We were at the trap and shit, and he came through, and
that was nuts to me. Like, that's a guy that was working with wrestling promoters.
I've showed like friends like Brandon, like even though he wasn't really into it, he thought it was cool what you do, but like he respects it. Like, that's a lot of things. Some people may not be into it, but they really respect the work and the dedication you guys put into it. And that's one thing I can really admire that even people can do. Like, I'm amazed because, like, a lot of people would, like, make fun of us back in the day for doing this shit. They'd be like, really? A video game? Really? It doesn't really require that much work. And we proved them so fucking wrong. Dude. The match times, the production, the editing, so much, bro. For real. Like it's crazy, but to not get overcarried with going
No,
on
no,
the topic.
you're not wrong though. Like that the amount of work for that show. Keep in mind, I read the time code of the full amount of content with WYW.
I'll be right back.
Over 4 straight days.
It's over 4 days of non-stop watching. That's insane. That's a ton of work. And at a high level too, I might add. But yeah, Johnny had a good thing. Johnny, I don't think Johnny was finished, but hopefully you can add him in, and he can finish up his point. But Owen, any family members, any friends that you've shown this show to?
I've discussed it with people. I haven't shown it to them, but I remember you gave me a ton of business cards, and I passed them around school, in the cafeteria and stuff like that. But I don't know how many people watch it and stuff like that. So
my bad.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Sorry, but I wanted to add to this because there is a lot of people I did show, and the people that did really receive to it was I showed Britt. You've shown Britt too fairly, but
I showed Britt fairly recently, and I showed Mark Urell, believe it or not, the original.
No, I know about that. I was told about that through Britt.
You couldn't believe
really
it.
Thing.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it.
Gotta be selfish for a little bit here. What does Mark Urell think of my work as Mark Young?
He fucking loves it. He's a fan of what you turned him into, which is the biggest heel in the whole show, which he would not have in any other fucking way. Honest to God. You turned that character and made it into your own. He freaking loves what you've done with that. But anyway, continue, Johnny. And then we'll get back.
Even though it was a very dirty prank and I hate myself for it, it's not even a prank. It was something stupid I did a while ago. Eddie got back through to it because of that whole shit.
That's insane. That really horrid prank that went wrong. He actually got back into the show. That's insane.
Yeah, we were having fun with it at first. It wasn't we shouldn't have been having fun with it, but we were having fun with it because we were enjoying everything that you did. But
that's actually funny. Hey, all's well but ends well.
But nah, dude, that's still fucked up. Nonetheless,
No, it is. But hey, at the very, you know what? All's well but ends well. At least he got back into the show and saw what we were doing. So
yeah,
nuts. Well, wow. Is that everybody else? Because Owen was in the middle of speaking, obviously, and I wanted him to continue.
I had something to say.
Yeah, go for it.
So the cards. You remember you came to my work and gave me a bunch of cards?
Yeah, I do. When you were working at Game State.
Yep. So I actually snuck a couple cards into people's bags with receipts.
Did any of them get back to you?
Not to me. No, I don't know how they.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if what if one of them's Martin? I wonder, because we have a guy in the comment section.
No. Yeah, Martin is from the Amino thing that I've been promoting on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a part of the Amino.
It would have been funny. It would have been funny if that was him, because that would have been funny. But hey, if
I don't think Matt knows. I don't think Matt knows somebody from Michigan.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, what did you do with that? With that, Matt? You said you snuck a couple. How many of a couple we're talking about here? Oh, fuck's sake.
He then goes.
I handed you out fucking 50 of them.
Yeah, I put 3 in certain bags.
You just chucked them in.
Yep.
It's a part of this new promotion that we're doing called "This Is Illegal."
That's the job, anyways.
Fair.
You know what the funny thing is, though? Screw it, because it's GameStop and
Why the fuck you lying?
Why you always lying? Anyway.
Oh my God.
Stop fucking lying.
There is nothing illegal here, I swear.
Everything is illegal here, I swear. I mean, what he said.
Do not come to my house, government. I swear. Everything is legal here.
I totally do
Hold
my
up, the
taxes.
FBI is outside my door.
Ooh, FBI, Sean.
FBI, Sean.
I'm here to date your 6-year-old.
FBI, open the door. No, Nisian, no.
God, no.
Don't mention him. Don't. No, James. You have to blur everything about his name. We'll copy strike this.
Oh, you shitting me, really?
I'm serious.
That's absurd.
Yeah, but here's the whole thing. If he decides to copy strike this, then we know it's him.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Try to get the video taken down.
But anyway,
He'll attempt to take it down, but we're not. Listen. The way that we can get around it is allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Owen.
Allegedly.
Back to you. Who else? Who have you actually shared it with? I know you were in the middle of a sentence before Johnny came back in.
Yeah, so I, went around school in the cat, sharing, giving the cards to people. I don't know how many people actually watch it, but I mentioned when I was advertising it, I just asked if you're a fan of wrestling, or video games. Some of them I knew anyway, so I knew kind of how to advertise it. One of them, who I don't know if you watched the show yet or not, since he's like a huge gamer and stuff, and like watches a lot of content. He loved the fact that Markiplier was involved, so he said he'd definitely check it out. And never really.
I fucking told you that was gonna pay off. I told you. No one believed me.
I feel like though the biggest accomplishment, at least I think so anyway, as I actually got Chris Dodd to watch not the whole show, but he at least watched the 6-man tag we were in. I don't know if you got past that, Phil, but I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment that he got.
It is. No. Here's what we're gonna. No. Here's what we're gonna do after this whole fucking thing blows over. We're gonna go to his house. We're gonna tape him to the chair. We're gonna peel his eyelids open, and he has to watch it the whole time.
That'd be great.
Hours.
Hey, Owen. Next time you're out promoting the show with the cards, here's what you have to ask people. Excuse me, sir or madam. Do you like watching digital characters beat the fuck out of each other?
You have no idea how many people will be like, yeah, you know what? That sounds interesting.
That it worked for me at PAX East.
I started doing it when he started doing it because it was like, that actually worked.
It actually works.
I also shared it to the NX team, Steph and Jerry and everybody, and they promote it now too. At like the end of their tea parties now and such.
That's good.
What?
Yeah, Steph and Jerry promote the show too. So
at the end of every tea party, you're kidding me.
They promote. Well, I think they promote all the NX teams. So they promote my stuff. They promote your stuff. They promote like Christopher Mace's stuff. So
that's insane. That's in the. Oh my god.
I obviously promote.
I know Jerry watched it all the way through. He told me as such. Jerry Slaughter.
Yeah. Noah Foster, I shared it too, obviously, and that probably got you guys the interview with him. So. Noah
really was impressed, and he told us as such.
Which, by the way, James and I are going to be doing a back and forth interview with him at some point in the future about his particular thoughts on Immortal and ours, like what we thought worked, what didn't really work, what problems we thought were there, what we'd like to change going forward.
If you really want to show how much, how big James's ego is, that's his retro wrestling review series pick. It's
I'm serious. It is retro. Listen, it's your fault that you decided to make the retro wrestling pick anything wrestling. You didn't say what specifically it had to be.
Well, here's the other thing. This is actually the main reason I did it, and it's not anything to do with my ego. It's actually to do with the fact that when we did the review the first time, what the fuck happened to the quality of the video? Was that ever explained? Because I don't understand. It's like
shit itself.
Shit itself. That's why I want to redo it mainly. It has nothing to do with my ego. I just want to redo it because I want a better review quality-wise.
And you could do it because it's been a year. Remember Chris Dodd tried to do like a an AEW show that was like 2 weeks old or something?
Yeah. So everybody just to put it in perspective, we run a show called the Retro Wrestling Review Series, and we had to implement a rule where it's only retro if a year's passed. Chris Dodd went and picked Dynamite Episode 2, a show that he was live at, 2 weeks prior.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. You're talking about ego, Owen.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. No, I want to be able to say from the crowd perspective. Then you guys can do a review on it. No, I want to do a review on it. But you were there to watch it. No.
Meme review.
Okay.
Meme.
Now, Colleen, anybody that you've promoted the show to?
Not really. I mean, I brought it up to my boyfriend a few times, but he never really.
Your
got
boyfriend's a
around to
wrestling
watching
fan, though, so respect on that.
Yeah, but he just really hasn't really had time to watch an 8-hour show.
You don't.
But-
He doesn't have to. You know what? Send him a promo package. It'll probably go over better, to be honest.
But no, I have sent him mine and Lillian's promo, and
There you go.
he thought it was quite it.
There you go. There you go.
But he has the full on four.
You should show him the opening video package, and you know what you should show him? Tell him to watch the beginning at the very least, so he can see you sing the national anthem.
No, Colleen, show him my promo.
Okay, you're talking about ego.
Lots of ego in this room. Lots of ego in this
Lots
room.
of ego in
Hey,
this
who
chat.
call me an eagle? I'm a lion.
Oh my fucking god, calm down.
Okay, I think it's time for Johnny to go to bed. He stayed up past his bedtime.
Eagle. I get scared. I'm sorry.
No, we said ego. Like ego.
Ego, and I'm like, please no.
No, ego. Ego, as in our ego.
Ego Carpathian.
I heard ego, but then I heard someone at the very end say ego. Don't call me an eagle.
Yeah, I'm not an eagle.
We don't talk about
No,
it.
you're not, Nikos.
What, you don't
You're
want to be
far
a bald
from an eagle, bro.
Exactly.
You don't want to be a bald eagle. Stands for life, liberty, and flags and hot dogs and burgers. and
Fuck
stuff?
no, they're a dirty ass bird. I'd rather be a turkey. They're fucking vicious.
No,
you ever get in a fight with a fucking turkey, bro?
Tear shit up.
I'm
You know-
sorry,
you
but
know-
no, I just
turkeys
had Johnny in a turkey costume.
Turkeys.
He's in the gobbledygooker outfit, just starting to
Turkey.
Fuck yeah. I'll fuck mad
Turkeys.
people up in a gobbledygooker outfit.
Turkeys will snatch your people's up.
KSI, I got your new boxing fight. Johnny Curley, Johnny Star. I'll censor that, Johnny. My bad. Johnny Star in a gobbledygooker outfit, or ya boy Baby Curls versus KSI. Confirmed. Let's go.
Boy, star fucker. Your boy flippity doodah off the fucking cage. Your boy too edgy to be on TV. Your boy
boy's-
swimming buddy.
Your boy flippity doodah straight into the fucking Koji clutch.
Yes. Oh, don't remind me.
off a
I still can't believe I pulled that off.
Twice.
You
pulled that off twice.
All right. Getting on to everybody else, because I've talked about Nick. Is there anybody else you promoted the show to, or did I cover everything for you pretty much?
You mainly covered everything for me.
There you go. All right, Casey, who have you shown the show to?
Well, obviously, as you guys know, my family could give a fuck about side projects like this, but I have mentioned it to my friend Todd, and at some point in the future, I do want to get at least a couple of us in the same room with him and do a Let's Watch of Gold Rush.
Yeah, you were talking about that actually, and because these are your friends that you were doing Let's Watches like all the time with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that 100%. So when this quarantine ends, we should get on that.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes.
Party at James's after quarantine. Word up.
Hey.
I wish we could have a party in my house.
Weekend at Heap.
James, like my dick pics, it doesn't matter what you say. Party at your house. Fuck yeah.
Are you who are you? Are you freaking chills? Number 15. Party at James's house.
Party at James's house.
Number
Just don't bring
15.
the lettuce.
There will be heroin and hookers.
Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce.
Oh my god. Who's that from? I recognize it.
It's Chills from Top 15.
god.
Dude, you know he's a rapper now.
So well.
He's a
Yeah,
rapper.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah, everybody's doing it now. It's fun to make shitty music. You should do it. I do it.
No, I love his song. I'm not even gonna lie. Number 15 is a fire ass track. I love it just because of the pure memes, and he knows it's pure memes.
No, I fuck with it though. I fuck with it.
It's so funny. Number 15. You can catch me on your screen. That's fucking great. I'll look
He
at it.
just caught.
Fuck it.
He caught me so off guard, bro.
Yeah.
Like I would at least expect this dude to start a rap career after a top 15 list. It's
Dude,
just,
he was
great. I respect
the last
it.
person I'd expected it from. Honest to God.
But it's like, damn, bro.
He's funny. He's funny. I'll give him credit. Top
I do too.
Shout out to Chills from YouTube, by the way.
He's gonna join WYW.
I wish. That would be.
You already released him, bro? Oh.
That would be hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WYW, a little side program for everyone. My name is Chills. I'm the general manager.
Released.
Let Matt do this. Let Matt do his intro.
Fuck Markiplier. I'm the new general manager. Who even thought that a YouTuber would be a good general manager? Oh, wait.
Hey, at the end of the day, you're going to see why I picked him now.
Chills,
I won't spoil anything yet, though.
Cheeseburger.
I won't
we
spoil
need
anything.
Chills now.
No, there's a reason. There's a legitimate reason why he's in there now. We actually have a huge plan for how he goes out.
That's that.
Huh?
If we make Chills for this, I'm going to voice act him. That's
Yeah,
that.
100%. You actually do a pretty spot on impression. But okay. Mike,
can I do
Mike,
a Triple H?
You actually showed some people this show specifically. You know who I'm talking about.
Can I voice Triple H if we ever need a WWE invasion?
No.
If we ever do a WWE invasion, I quit the fucking show because I want nothing a part of that giant garbage heap that is a company.
Yeah. Oh God. Triple H.
It's too late. I
will straight up burn the console.
Don't do that. We've put a lot of work into that. Please don't. I want to at least archive it after it ends.
James, the only way it doesn't happen is if you hire me back.
But okay.
You gotta hire me back.
But Mike, what about who did you share it with? Specifically, a person in your neck of the woods, and a person you actually reconnected with. You showed a business card to.
Wait, neck of the woods? Who do you mean? Sasquatch?
No, I'm like legitimately fucking blanking.
Your mom.
Oh yeah, but who cares?
I care. I like that.
But that's not like that's a piece of personal information that not everybody in this chat needs to know.
But she what? Well, you gave her a card.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking. My God, dude.
I'm just saying, it's cool.
It is cool, but you know what? Listen, I don't go around saying, well, I know that James probably has 15 tabs on his phone for porn.
This is true, though.
At least he admits.
I want to be wrong once. I want to be wrong.
When are you not going to understand? I will not give a shit.
I was, you know, one of these days I'm just.
Okay. You know what? No, it wasn't. You know what? It wasn't 15 tab support. It was 9. Said it was 15. It's actually 9.
And they said I stabbed him 14 times, and I did not stab him 14 times. I stabbed him 9. It was 9. It's on the tape. It was 9.
How is your computer not crap?
No, see, people don't get the reference. It's a New Jack reference. It's wrestling. You wouldn't understand. Owen got it.
I did get it, yeah.
But anyway, moving on. I believe Nikos, you're the only one I actually haven't gotten to yet, unless somebody wants
Nikos
to.
hiding.
Doesn't want to be called on.
All right. So, you want to know the story? This weird ass story that happened to me when I was telling people about the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell it. Tell it all.
I'm part of the anime club at UMass Boston, and I was just telling everyone, you know, the whole concept of WYW. When I brought in the cards, I gave people the cards, and then this girl approached to me. Her appearance alone looks like SJW. She looks at me and says, "Excuse me, can I have another card?" And I'm like, "Why? I just gave you one." And her friend is like, "Yeah, she knows, but she needs another one because the other one is in a better place." So I'm like, "What do you mean in a better place?" She points to her stomach, and I'm like,
"You ate
the card?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I just without any follow-up, I just hand her another card, and I just walk past her, just completely ignoring her. And I was talking with my friends, and then she says, "Excuse me, by any chance?" And I turn around and I look at her. Half of the card is missing. I was eating the other half of the card, and this is what she asked me: "By any chance, was this card found on the lid of a toilet seat?" And I just look at her like,
You want to know the stupidest part about that? That you're missing a whole detail of that you told me. She only asked that because coronavirus literally started in UMass.
yeah.
But so that wasn't okay if it was on a toilet seat, but eating a business card was.
Like this creature, that's because that's how I'm gonna refer to her, a creature, legit ate 2 business cards and then asked me if they were found from a toilet seat. At this point, what was I supposed to say? Yes? I probably should have said yes.
No, Nico, this is what you say. Have a nice day.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was the last time I ever stepped foot in Anime Club.
I don't
After that, I'm like, you know what? Y'all are freaks. I'm out of here.
I hope that they don't see this.
I hope they do. I want them to understand what you did.
These people have issues.
There are issues that need to be brought to light.
You know what's funny? The people that run or that are a part of a wrestling organization that is run by Autistic Man Potato Famine is somehow people have less issues than this person who ate 2 business cards.
Autistic Man Potato Bin?
I told this story to Mike. He wouldn't believe it. Isn't that right?
You told me this story. I did not believe it.
When Mike heard it for the first time, he was fucking pissing himself.
He was like, it was a bizarre story.
Go ahead. Ask away, Colleen.
Why is it always people who watch anime? Not everybody who watch anime, but like people in general who watch anime that do the weirdest fucking shit.
Because they have no existence, Colleen. They believe that Japan is actually like these animes and have no idea how the real world fully functions. They are depressing and small. They're individuals that I do not want to
anime club and saw these people.
Looking at you, Kyle Weaver. I mean, what?
No, Kyle's.
I jest.
Anyway, Mike, sorry for cutting you off.
Kyle's cool.
No, it's fine.
Kyle doesn't need a fucking business card. I think he's okay.
If anything, I would eat a business card. It's not just anime people.
James, is this why you say Nikos for last? Because you knew he was going to tell this story? Like,
yes. I mean, last from me, so we can end it on a more wholesome note.
Yeah.
I brought it too, but yes, second to last.
Well, James, at least you could say your show has caused good nutrition since it's ended world hunger, I guess. So.
Oh, fuck off.
I wouldn't be surprised if it tasted like a toilet seat.
And on that note, good night, everybody.
So I'll end it with this, and then we could finally end this podcast.
Actually, before you do, you can go ahead and
let
say
it
your
end.
thing. You can no. You can go ahead and say your thing. But before we end off the podcast, I would like to go around this chat one last time and see what everybody's favorite Immortal match was.
Fair enough. We're gonna have to make that quick though, because I don't want to keep everybody up too late here. But yeah,
that's a lot to go. That's 8 hours of matches to go through, bro.
Yeah.
You've got 12 to pick from. Just pick one.
Yeah, you don't have to pick. It doesn't require much thought.
I feel like everyone's answer is either going to be the Sean Maverick fight or the Michael X fight.
Pretty much, yeah. That's all you can really like remember. The
10 Women's Gauntlet.
Those were the biggest fights of the night.
Well,
So, like,
there was the
that's
10
what
Women's Gauntlet, the 6-man ladder match, the
Tag team ladder match.
Yeah,
so
tag team ladder
before
match.
we get to that, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I'll be quick with mine. So the people I showed it to, and Johnny can attest to this. Thank God you came back here just in the nick of time, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. I had to do essential business work.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't blame you. But I was doing
them silly drugs.
No. I'm essential. I'm a medicine man. I just help people out.
See,
you got anxiety there, buddy?
See, Lillian just hit me, and I was right.
Johnny?
You got depression? I don't got what you need, but it helps, I guess, you know?
Johnny, you're not essential, you're sacrificial.
I'm
There's a difference.
essential.
Now, let me get to my thing.
Remember, you can't spell essential without ass.
Let's be quick about this. I want to try to get to my plug
swear to
here.
God.
So, Johnny, you and I can attest to this. The person that we actually plugged it to, along with practically everybody.
I'm getting
in
set
New
up
York.
with it. I'm being honey, you're doing it the whole time.
Was it to who?
Simon Miller of What Culture?
Yes.
Dude, yeah!
That was
that came up in my memories the other day ago, for real. That was a geek out.
That was nuts. I couldn't believe it. And we had a whole conversation with him and everything, and like that
I'm
was a
so
wrestling
sad the
personality.
views on there wasn't that big
Dude,
either.
we got-
Like everyone dissed the video too because it was a live reaction. But we were just sitting there like super fucking out of our minds after an amazing show. And we see him and just start bowing to him, and it's the funniest shit ever.
That was the funniest shit ever. Dude.
You see me stoned as shit, going up to him, so anxious as fuck, because you can tell I got that camera shyness. And I'm just like, hey, buddy, come up to him 5 seconds, and then I just jump out the camera shot, and then I'm come right back in, just talking to him for like a couple seconds. It was a fucking geek out, bro.
Dude,
For real, that New York chick was bomb.
We got to plug it to fucking Simon Miller. We got to plug it to Sean Spears. We got to plug it to fucking Ember Moon and Xavier Woods.
And Tyler Breeze, who was with
Y'all
Sean
from
Spears.
PAX, I got told about that. That was good shit.
That
It was good shit, dude.
insane. That
And
weekend,
Xavier Woods was so cool about it.
dude, that weekend alone, is what made us. My eye for wrestlers' faces, Mike was like, "You have way too much time on your hands," and this was his quote, and I fucking love you for it, because I literally spot Sean Spears. He's coming in the corner of my eye. Mike didn't recognize him at all because he got a whole haircut, but I recognized his facial structure, and I'm like,
The scar
Ty
above his
Dillinger?
eye, I believe.
Ty Dillinger? And he's like, yeah,
Just
sometimes
some.
I know him by that. What's up, man? I'm like, holy shit. It's Sean fucking Spears.
Oh yeah, that was when he just left WWE too, right?
Yep.
Literally left WWE.
Apparently, he was in a Punisher t-shirt, hinting at his future gimmick in AEW.
He was in his Punisher Canadian t-shirt. Mike recognized it as soon as he came out at Fyter Fest, the night he won the Wrestling Rundown belt, and it was insane. Like, we recognized it immediately. Like, holy shit, he's the Punisher. He wore that shirt at PAX. And I'm like, the Young Bucks know. They have to know. There's no way. He knows the Young Bucks. He's best friends with Cody. That's fucking nuts. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what we were able to pull off that week. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was insane. I will never forget that day as long as I freaking live. That was a great freaking weekend for gaming and wrestling and everything. It was fucking great.
It was a whirlwind, is what it was.
Except for when it rained, and we had to go eat outside. That sucked balls.
Yeah, that was,
Yes. Actually, no.
that
You know
was
what?
bad.
There's a wholesome memory to that as well.
Dude, I got a cold for like almost like a week after that.
You know what makes it worth it almost though? Casey, where he said 2 + 2 = I'm fat. Meanwhile,
I almost forgot I said that.
Oh, dude, PAX East that year was fantastic, especially the fact that, not only did we hand out probably almost
There was
355
150 business cards.
Well, over the course of those 3 days, it had to be more, Case.
Yeah, there was way more. It was way more on PAX. It was even more on just one day during
Case,
WrestleMania.
we almost went through that entire box.
Dude, that was crazy. Not even an hour, they were gone. Like 40 minutes. I think it was 30 minutes, James. Was it 30 or 45 minutes? It was definitely in that time frame.
45 minutes, I think, pretty much. Yeah, you're not
At
wrong.
the most, 45 minutes. And this man and I passed out. And actually, the help of Peter, too.
Peter V. I won't give his government name, but yeah.
Nah, for real, that was good stuff, dude. I was so happy. Like, when you told me that, and I passed all of them, when I was like, James, where's more of the cards? And you're like, we have none? Dude, the way we screamed that night in celebration, like, I couldn't believe that shit. I didn't even think we'd pass out, like, all of them. Like, I thought we would get most of them, but I didn't know if we'd actually get all of them out there.
And you got Johnny, all of them out in less than an hour.
And Johnny, we're getting more.
Yeah. I'll actually show it right at the end of this.
Well, I could actually help with it because I do have contribution to the Instagram page still, and I want to invest in fucking Instagram promotions because they've been helping me like so well right now, dude, and it can really help you guys too if you market it properly and invest in it. And I'll donate to it. Like I said, I don't mind. So
yeah, Matt also said he was going to give a donation too off air. Yeah, any donation if you guys want to give it, that's great. You don't have to, but it'd be greatly appreciated. Any little bit helps. But
you got actually send me the password information and send me the clip that you want me to promote the most. And Matt, when Matt sends it, I'll combine it over and I'll add 100 bills to that.
Awesome shit, bro. Awesome shit. Let's talk about our favorite matches real quick so we can wrap it up. For me, oh man, I can't decide. You know what? I can't even decide on it. The whole card is so fucking good to me.
If I'm not just talking about Immortal, if I'm talking about my favorite match in WYW, I'm always going to say Michael X and Brandon Curtis.
Such a good fucking match.
The promo is good, the match is good, and the ending comes out of fucking nowhere.
Had it not been...
What? Screw it. Not just Immortal then. Anything WYW history.
Had it not been for Sean versus Taka, you and Brandon would have absolutely stolen the quarterfinals.
Yeah, 100%. That's how ridiculous the quarterfinal was. Me and Brett Mention's match kicked it off for the men's side. Friggin' then Michael X and Brandon Curtis topped ours, and then Shawn Maverick and Taka topped ours. And I think the cake, the icing on the cake was Kyle and Mark Young lackluster because it was really, really almost one-sided to a degree because Mark Young was relentless and didn't care about the 5-star match. I thought that was like the perfect touch to end the quarterfinals on. Like, you couldn't have gotten any better of a card strike. Like, the funny thing is, the whole show, the way we've done it, is a happy accident. For me...
A happy accident.
For one of my favorite matches, honest to God, is got to be Johnny versus Brett Mention.
Oh, God, that also inspired me, too. That was actually I forgot about... That was my first promo that I didn't actually need a script for because I felt the emotion too in that, and that was like the only like face one I didn't need like to do a script with. Like I still did a script afterwards, but I didn't fully get confident enough till Immortal to like not need a script fully. But dude, Brett Mentioned, and the way you booked it too, because wasn't that originally an error with the ring post? And
that was the insane part of it.
That's the thing with WYW is that everything that you have seen on cam, off cam, everything that we have done in match, besides some things that have to be edited in, like the 450 into the cutter or the fucking splash from Johnny that leads into the Gate of Heaven. By James, everything that you see is randomly placed. You will never see the same match twice because we literally can't recreate it.
Owen can attest to this. He's seen the entire show from the Gold Bar season to now. So it's like, yeah, but that match in particular, it was like a complete accident. I remember Mike and I did it, and we really didn't like it. And Johnny, you actually happened to be there that day, and we did the match. And other than
was this
botches,
was this at my house?
Yes, it was at your house, and Johnny did the him and I had a banger of a match. Like, that match is just amazing to watch back. And then when you notice him doing the head trauma spots, skull crushing Pinelli into the ladder and the big boot into the post, and then Johnny getting up with like barely any fight left, going to the top rope, and then by complete accident, I hit the bull hammer, and his head ricochets off the post. And I didn't catch it at first when I played the match. I thought it was a botch. And then I watched it back, and I just said to myself,
"You shit a brick."
And that's the beauty of WYW, is that we can turn shit to gold. Anything that seems like it's not
and
good,
you wanna know the funny thing is?
storytelling is to a new level.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I was about to say. When I watched it back, I couldn't believe what I saw, and I literally said, "We have our angle for the Maggie Daddy Men for the next 5 years." With that one fucking spot, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, it was the perfect set of circumstances. Nothing will ever come close to that spot. It was too perfect because it just set up the entire. Literally, if there were two things that set up everything, it was the feud between Chris Dodd and Mark Young that set up the beginning match on Immortal, and then Johnny and Brett mentioned. Because without those two things, that card isn't as structured as well as it is. I'm telling you right now. And one of them happened by complete fucking accident. So that's why I think that's like one of my favorite matches. And if I had to pick the other favorite match of mine, honestly, it would probably have to be Shawn versus Taka.
For real, just to add on to that last part. For real, dude. That energy up with the storytelling, because like you really turned nothing into something there. Because
I remember when Owen reviewed it, actually. Owen, and you talked about
you showed me that.
And you talked about how like you just like watched it and you were just like this is a whole story within a story. It's unbelievable. Like you said, it was multi-layered. That was your exact quote. It was multi-layered storytelling.
Which match is this? Shawn versus Taco or
Johnny Starr versus Brett mentioned.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Like, I remember reviewing each match. But if I had to say probably what match is my favorite, it's probably Shawn versus Taka. I just couldn't believe how good that was. I also really like Mark Young versus Sean Maverick too, just because of the structure of it is how in the beginning it's just Sean Maverick destroying Mark Young, but Mark Young has to use the heel tactic to make the comeback, and it's just a perfect like way you would do a wrestling match with the heel versus a babyface too.
I'm gonna have to put that match as an honorable mention simply because that match was so much fucking fun to call.
Yeah. Oh, and I really like to I forget the participants because I didn't know we were doing this. I believe it's Lizzie Gray versus Colleen Horizon with the obviously the superplex into the.
No, that's Kira McGarden. You were close.
But it is Lizzie Gray, yes.
Lizzie Gray.
Yeah, I like that one too. Because I couldn't believe like how perfect that was. Like how you got the 4 tables. Obviously, I like Shawn versus Azam, just because I think that's the perfect big man match. And I really think it put Azam over as like this big monster too, which was great. And
you put an entire faction on the map pretty much overnight.
100%.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea. With the course of us working and providing as much as we have with WYW, the major thing was, how do we get a year's worth of story done throughout an entire course of a tournament? And my God, I never want to do a tournament ever again. It's such a bitch. It's such a bitch.
And yet we're doing it again.
Well, we have to, because it's going to become
it's a staple at this point.
Yeah, it's a staple at this point.
But
we will never do we will never do tournaments within tournaments within tournaments like this again.
No, here's what we won't do. Best of 7 matches.
Yeah, that after that, although it came out great, I don't want to do that again.
Oh no, that was a one-time only thing in my book. It was good. It's just one of those things that it was killer. By the end of it, I'm just sitting there going, let's take a look at the God fucking damn it.
I mean, yeah, that's what I can't wait to see. Like, what's going to happen too once you guys do TV week to week, because that's going to be something new that you guys haven't done yet. So,
dude, I can't wait for that. Honestly,
There is
that's
one
what we're really
we
gonna
can
make our name.
give as an update, little bits and pieces, just in case if nobody happens to have seen the previous thing that was on Owen's channel. We're going to be pushing the date back for the next season to 2021.
2022.
Oh yeah, it is 2020. Yeah, we're going to be pushing that back to 2022, so that way we can use almost all of 2021 to get everything done in case if this goes on for any longer.
Yes,
it's a good idea,
but we definitely need to push it back.
For Nikos, what about you? What's your favorite match?
Me, there's a lot of great ones, but for me, it would have to be Michael X versus James Archangel. That match was just amazing, from its promo to the history between you guys just culminating together in the ring. It worked well. It was kind of like watching Cody versus Dustin in AEW, which is that amazing.
I will say this. In terms of kayfabe, that was probably my favorite match to call.
It was.
Yeah.
I think that match alone probably got me into more episodes of WYW, because remember, James, you sent me the videos, and I was just casually just scrolling through matches thinking, all right, it's good. But when I saw that match, and from the promo alone, there was just something magical to it that just...
There's a lot of emotion that needs to... That's the whole thing with the WYW promo packages, and that was the whole goal with James and I, of how do we get the emotion out without having to do all of this fucking nonsense.
Exactly, and
because I'm so sick of year-and-a-half storylines to get to the conclusion of what should naturally be a thing.
Right.
And you guys just hit the nail on the hammer, really. It was just that beautiful to watch. And that's what I was... And that's what I hope I'm looking to see again for, like, when we write the show.
Yeah. And just to put in perspective, this is the match that also made and the promo itself that actually made Nick Esdale's mother cry, actually, which was nuts.
I mean, it's very emotional. I'll give you that.
It was nuts.
I cried. I cried the first time I saw it.
For me, I would pick my matches, but I really don't want to be that guy. But I really enjoyed that match for just as a kayfabe perspective.
Well, to be fair, it's not...
We got to that match.
To be fair, it really isn't your match. It's the character's match.
Right.
We're just adding a voice to a character that's just an abstract part of us, part of ourselves that we want to have brought out. That's why I play fucking 50 billion characters, because of the fact I want to be able to do other stuff.
Sean, I'm curious on what your favorite match is, to be honest with you. Because I don't think we actually know from your perspective.
Honestly, as conceited as it's going to sound, I enjoyed Maverick versus Azam most.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you.
Dude, it's so good. So good. I can't blame you, Sean, honestly.
It's a fair choice.
It's probably the one of the top 3 fights of the whole night.
Yeah, 100%. Nick, I feel like that might be your match, is it not? That match specifically, or is it completely different?
That was one of them, but honestly, my favorite would have to be the final match of Immortal. Would have to be Executioner versus Young.
I can't blame you there either.
Just because of how much build up over as long as we've been doing this, how much build up it took.
It's 5 years leading into the match, and then you get a 45-minute non-stop fucking brawl between the two.
There has never been a Hell in a Cell match this fucking brutal, and there never will be.
Dude, Michael X falls stomach first into a sledgehammer and keeps fucking going.
Yeah.
To most people, that's it. You're done.
You're not just done.
They'd be calling off the match right then and there.
Dude, that's why we did 2 out of 3 falls, my dude.
Dude, that you're in real life, you're not just done.
Yo,
you're
I gotta head
dead.
out.
Yeah, that's fine. Johnny, real quick, before you go, is there a favorite match of yours? And then you can plug your stuff real quick.
I don't want to be self-centered and say ours, because like I know I keep going back to Immortal, and I really love that match. So I will go with my actual other match that doesn't include me is Mark Young versus Mike X. That match in the promos, and I just love Casey's work on fucking Mark, and I love Mike. It was very powerful.
It was the
and
perfect
It deserved
rivalry.
the main event. It deserved the length it went. It was perfect.
I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Anything you want to plug? Because I know you are doing the big teens on the SoundCloud.
Not just SoundCloud. I'm on anything. Just if you like music, you like I do variety. You know, I'm kind of garbage, but it's okay. Let me fill your ears full of garbage. It just let it happen. It's okay.
Hey, at least he knows it.
but you can catch my garbage all at your boy Baby Curls.
Awesome,
That's all
bro.
I'll say.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you.
Well,
Much love to WYW, and everyone have a good night.
have a
Adios.
good night, my
Hey,
dude.
brother.
I appreciate
We'll see you on the
being
other
on.
side.
And Colleen,
Yeah.
down to you. What's your favorite match? I know we asked you before, but I think you may have gotten cut off.
I honestly I'm trying to think. I pretty much like probably against Mike and Mark because I just remember that one got my attention.
That one is ingrained into your head, basically.
Yeah. Basically. But pretty much also anyone with a live action component, because I remember walking out and just loving the fact that you included the live action bits in there. And I remember wanting to be a part of it right after I saw those. Dude, I want to do this. I want to do the live action parts. I want to be a part of this.
Honestly, the live action stuff I think is the funnest thing that we get to do is finally take our characters and go out into the real world.
Because I always wanted to be able to dress up as my character, because it's something that I personally designed myself for me based off of me. But even though it's based off I could easily do it, but it's just something that I just always wanted to do. And then when I saw that was an option, I was like, whoa, I want to do this. So definitely anything with live action component, because that looks like it was just so much fun to do. And of course, brought up the conversation of me being able to do everyone's makeup and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely just anyone with a live action component, and Mark Young, definitely.
Yeah, get the image of Michael X running into Gillette Stadium. Or TD Garden, I forget which one.
It was both TD Garden and Gillette Stadium. He did. We did 2 shots there. Sean was actually with us when we did the shop at Gillette.
And I gotta say that probably more likely than not, that shot of the 3 of them in front of Gillette is probably the best live action thing we've ever had for WYW.
When I was trying to think of my favorite, that shot just kept playing in my head.
It's super good.
Talking to the camera, it was just
wasn't even a camera. That was my phone.
It just brought a lot of personalness to it, because it's you're not just looking at pixels on the screen, looking at real people, the people that it's based off of, which I think makes it so unique in a way. Because it's not only are you seeing what these people would perceive themselves as, but you're seeing the people themselves, not just the idea of them or the essence of them, but them.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Case? Did you give your match? I don't remember. I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm not one of those people that can pick just one match. I've got a top 3 in no particular order. Sean versus Taka, Executioner Archangel, and Mike X versus Mark Young.
Fair
All for reasons that I've made very obvious over the course of the past 2 years.
Matt, that leaves you, man. What's your favorite match in WYW history, my dude?
Me versus me.
Moonsault at the moonsault at the moonsault at the moonsault.
Favorite match, Matt?
I have to choose. I mean, they're all good.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, you don't have to be that modest, man.
My favorite has to be my 2-second match about climbing out of the steel cage that wasn't recorded.
All right, in this canon.
In all honesty, Matt, what is your favorite recorded WIW match that you've seen so far?
What was my Honestly, I think it was my debut match. That was like really bitching to see.
Specifically, which debut? Are we talking about tag team debut or singles debut?
Tag team.
Okay,
With
so
Johnny,
that'd be
really?
Okay, so that'd be you and Johnny. That'd be you and Johnny versus Matt Harrington and Chris Foster.
Yeah, beat up dweebs. Just
Fair
kidding.
enough.
If they watch or not.
Fair enough. Hey, at least we got one test match in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to wrap it up, obviously I'll share the screen real quick so I can show off this business card real quick. Here's one. Here's the first one. That's what they look like now. That's what we're gonna get with the QR code in it now.
What's the QR code for?
The QR code. That particular QR code is a direct link to the channel.
Yep, it's straight up. You take one of these. You take the phone. I don't know if you can see me down below, but if you take the phone, you slide up to get the camera. You put it right near the QR code. It will say, "Do you want to go to this link?" You type yes, and it sends you right to the YouTube channel.
How much of a pain in the ass was it to get that to be made?
Like, it took about 10 minutes to do.
It was not that difficult, actually. Mike's the one who discovered this, so thank him for this.
I wouldn't say discovered. It was just one of those things of, yeah, fuck it, why not?
Is it crazy to think, though, that you don't have trouble with this, but you have trouble with OBS?
No,
OBS can suck a dick. OBS is always
pretty bad, but I figured out a way to have it not be stupid.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, those are the business cards. I'm gonna wrap this up. Obviously, we've been going actually for 3 hours. I can't even believe I should have realized that because of all we did, we were gonna fill up 3 hours. But
we've gone over longer before.
Yeah.
But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you for coming on to this podcast tonight. The boys and I are very proud and happy to share our opinions and beliefs, and rather the cast and crew are here to agree with us and have a discussion with us about this current situation.
Yeah. So yeah, with that being said, guys,
thank you
so much for watching Immortal.
Thank
are you
guys
saying though? What's happening?
I just said this will be posted at some point. We're not 100% sure, so maybe facial looks or whatever are going to be changing. We don't know. But hey, thank you for coming to the podcast either way. James, do what you got to do.
So with that being said, guys, everybody that was on this podcast, all their stuff that they want plugged, obviously, they're going to be in the description down below. Not everybody has social media that they want plugged, but if they do have stuff that's plugged, you will see them in the description down below.
I was thinking on actually finding a way to put my book on a site to get plugged, but
well, I have an idea for you, good sir. Why not put your book on the Indy Force podcast?
Yeah,
we can talk about it next week. Well, actually, we could talk about it in an upcoming episode. Will be put somewhere in timeline.
Probably episode 10.
Probably.
Okay.
But for that being said, thank you all so much for even watching Immortal, giving the stream the time of day.
Thank you for watching WYW in general.
Thank you for watching the Indy Force in general. Thank you for watching.
Buy my T-shirt.
Yes.
You fucking sucks.
Our faces.
But yeah, thank you everybody that's and I'll say this, and I always close it out with anything that we ever do when it comes to a WYW show. As I said, and I'll end it with this: 3 years ago, when I was 3 years old, wrestling changed my life and got me out of my shell. I'm glad I could do the same with everybody here. It's honestly mind-blowing that I did that with everybody here. And, I'll take an infamous quote from Ric Flair: for everything that I've done wrong, I must be doing something right. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And never let anybody tell you you cannot do what you set your mind and heart to do. Because we love it when a fucking plan comes together. Motherfuckers.
Oh my god, I'm just